Shore Sports Network.
92.7 WOBM FM, Toms River.
A Town Square media station. Welcome to Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Tonight's game is presented by Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Perfect for game day catering. Empowered by Toyota World of Lakewood, your Jersey Shore dealer on the border of Brick and Lakewood.
Participating sponsors include Seaview Orthopedic and Medical Associates, your #1 choice for sports injuries and concussion management.
Bum Rogers Crab House in South Seaside Park, serving the shore's best seafood for over 40 years.
And Moe's Southwest Grill in the Kohl's Shopping Center, Toms River.
Now here's Matt Harmon, Kevin Williams, and Ed Sarluca with Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football.
On Ocean County's hometown station, 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
This is going to be one of those games you're not going to want to tune away from, with the Colonial Division inside the Shore Conference on the line between Brick Township and Rumson-Fair. Good evening, everybody. I'm Vin Evanue, filling in for Matt Harmon, along with Kevin Williams and Ed Sarluca, about to join us on the field. Rumson comes in at 4-0. Brick 3-1, the home team tonight. Kevin, Colonial Division on the line, but Rumson's coming in and they're just dominating all their opponents so far this year.
Well, the difference, Vin, between these teams, they played the identical schedule so far. They've played the same 4 teams. However, Brick has outscored those 4 teams 92-57. Rumson 162-34. The Bulldogs really have not been challenged, so they come in tonight, in my mind, the heavy favorite.
What does Brick have to do to stop a Rumson offense that's put up such big numbers so far this season?
Well, I really think the key for Brick tonight is not as much their defense is their offense. They really have not scored a lot of points. They've had some injuries to deal with. They really have not had their regular lineup intact all season long. I think they've got to establish some kind of offensive flow. They're not going to win this game 7-6 or 14-12. For Brick to be successful, they've got to put some points on the board. Their offense has to be aggressive, score early, and I think score often.
And for Rumson, they're coming in, they want the championship for themselves, and that's what they could do with a win tonight. Brick, with a win, would share the division crown with Rumson. For Rumson, what do they have to do to continue on the roll that they've been on, knowing that they may be tested a little bit here with Brick Township? Well,
Rumson has had a very good season so far under Coach Jerry Schulte. As we said, they really have not been challenged all that much. One time this year, they've got a very good running back in Alex Malgin. They've got good receivers, a big offensive line. They're just a big, powerful, physical football team. Remember, this is a team that won 4 straight sectional championships before losing in the final last year. They're used to being in big games, and they're used to having success in those games.
One of the things we want to look at tonight is, or take another look at, is what's going on, what the coaches are saying to some of the players, and that's where we welcome in the third member of our team, Ed Sarluca. Ed, you were a coach in the past. What are some of the things that you would be saying to some of the players if you're Jerry Schulte or Len Zdanowicz tonight on how to prepare for not just a divisional game here, but a possible divisional title?
Well, what if you're Jerry Schulte, you're telling your team that you cannot let this Brick Dragon team control the football. They came down here a couple weeks ago and played Brick Memorial. They only were able to run 10 offensive plays in the first half. Memorial controlled the football. That's what Brick wants to try and do tonight. You guys mentioned so well, the Bulldogs are averaging 40 points a game, and they only give up 8 a game. Those are big-time numbers for any team, and you can see why they're undefeated.
Rumson comes in number 3 in our Shore Sports Network top 10, Brick number 7. A game that could feature a lot of offense. Brick coming off a 21-14 win over Middletown North last week. They got tested a little bit. Let Jimmy Leblow, the quarterback for Brick Township tonight, 190 yards and a touchdown. Rumson coming off, Kev, a 49-7 win over Freehold, where basically everybody got involved there.
Yeah, Rumson, for the most part, 3 of their 4 games pretty much over at halftime. The lone challenge really was Brick Memorial, who's played better of late. 2 weeks ago gave them a pretty good game before Rumson prevailed 28-14. Want to mention the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week on 92.7 WOBM and the Shore Sports Network is powered by Jersey Mike's. Order Jersey Mike's for your game day party. Even if your team doesn't win, your mouth will. Jersey Mike's, be a sub above. And by Toyota World of Lakewood, your Jersey Shore dealer, the exclusive auto sponsor of our Game of the Week. They are Toyota World of Lakewood on the border of Brick and Lakewood. Shop them 24/7 at lakewoodtoyota.com.
Does Rumson see this game as a must-win to keep their championship hopes alive? Is that what their big eye on the prize is so far?
Well, Rumson's already wrapped up at least a share of the championship, so what they're trying to do is secure it outright. They come into tonight with a chance. This is the last division game for both these teams in the New Shore Conference schedule. The division games were set up early, so this is it for these teams tonight. So Rumson wins. They're the champion all by themselves. A Brick Green Dragon victory, it would end up in a co-championship.
Is there more pressure on Brick tonight or Rumson to secure this win?
Much more pressure on Brick. Listen, this is, and I think Ed will agree with me, this is a senior-laden Brick team that we have heard so much about, and, you know, they came into this season with high aspirations, and one of them would have been certainly a piece of the division title. We're going to head down to the field where we'll have the coin toss, and Ed Sarluka will pick it up right now. Ed?
Okay, gentlemen, shake it up. Okay, like I said earlier today, you guys are the team leaders. So with that said, we're going to come to you if you need any assistance with some of your players, okay? So be leaders. If we're having an issue with one of your players, we come to you. You get up in their faces so we don't have to, and we avoid some penalties, okay? Thank you for your help. Okay, you guys are the home. You guys are the visitors. That's heads. That's tails. What is your call?
Tails.
Called tails. Gentlemen, I'm going to throw it in the air. I'm going to let it hit the ground. He called tails.
Officials and cabs meet at the center of the field for the coin flip.
Tails, you've won the toss. What would you like to do?
Defer.
You want to defer. The ball. So, which way?
Okay, guys, as you heard, Rumson has won the toss and deferred their choice to the second half. The Dragons will take the football, and the Bulldogs will kick it from right to left on your dial. And by the way, field conditions here, not real good. This grass field has been torn up pretty good here in the last few weeks. And we do have a slight wind blowing from right to left, so the Bulldogs will have the wind at their back.
All right, Ed, so the Green Dragons will go on offense first, and we'll be set to go momentarily with the opening kickoff. We still have the national anthem to play. So what we'll do right now is we're going to take a break for the national anthem, and when we come back, we'll get you set for the opening kickoff. It is Brick hosting Rumson-Fair Haven for the Shore Conference Colonial Division Championship. We'll take a break and be back right after this. You're listening to the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
The sub above difference is grilled. Because if you're making a cheesesteak and you're not using a hot grill to make it, well, you're not making a cheesesteak. Give our grill a go. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. The sub above difference is daily. Not shredded last night or baked yesterday afternoon. Good ingredients, prepped fresh every day. Because that's what daily means. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Hey, Chrissy, where can I score my best deal on a new set of wheels?
Searching? Samsung Junior's 66 Auto Mall. During the fall sales blitz, they're hitting the competition hard, knocking down prices, payments, and financing rates on a huge lineup of new Nissans and Kias.
What if my credit's out of shape?
Don't sweat it. When the blitz is on, their only job is to say yes with credit approval in 15 minutes or less. Samsung Junior 66 Auto Mall, where we work hard to make car buying easy.
Even though the fall season is upon us, the entertainment continues at Bum Rogers Crab House in South Seaside Park. Today, enjoy J.P. LaStella from 5 till 8 and Eddie Testa at 9:30. Then tomorrow at 9:30, don't miss everyone's favorite, Catfish Lucy. If you're looking for the best happy hour and seafood at the shore, fantastic dinner specials, and great entertainment, go to Bum Rogers in South Seaside Park. For a complete schedule of events and more information, visit bumrogerstavern.com.
36-month lease with approved credit through TFS Corolla 5189 or RAV 44988 due at signing. $0 security deposit. Excludes tax tag title 439 doc fee 10K miles per year. Ends 10/31/2018.
Get it all at Gateway Toyota.
Sign and Drive is going on now at Gateway Toyota. New 2019 Corolla LE CVT or 2018 RAV4 LE. Your choice. Drive only $99 a month.
Get it all at Gateway Toyota.
Tom'sRiverGatewayToyota.com.
Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football on the Shore Sports Network.
92.7 WOBM FM, Tom's River.
A Town Square media station.
For complete high school football coverage, including scores, highlights, features, and more, visit ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football, 92.7 WOBM.
And tonight's kickoff is brought to you by Seaview Orthopedic and Medical Associates, your number one choice for sports injuries and concussion management, with offices in Brick, Barnegat, Ocean Field, and Monroe. Visit SeaviewOrtho.com.
Brick Township to receive the opening kickoff in tonight's Colonial Division Championship game. In a game that, if Brick Township wins, they share the division title with Rumson-Fair. If Rumson wins, they win it outright. Rumson comes in with a record of 4-0, Brick with a record of 3-1. Rumson will be kicking from right to left across your radio, and if you're watching us live at ShoreSportsNetwork.com, they'll be going from right to left there. You can download our Shore Sports Network app as well and stay up to date every day on everything high school sports from now through the end of the year and then again in 2019.
Colin Coles, who's the Rumson starting quarterback, will also kick off tonight. Back deep for Brick, we expect to see Cole Groeschel.
Oh, he's not back there, Kev, right now. They made a little change.
They did?
Yep.
Bulldogs are set to kick off.
It's like 3.
Back to receive.
That is Jake Weinkoop.
Yep.
And also
Reagan.
Mike McGuigan. Deep.
And we are underway. Cole's kick goes to about the 5 and then bounces into the goal line. Brick Township will start on their own 20, 1st and 10. And out comes the Green Dragons offense led by quarterback Jimmy Leblow. Running backs tonight, Richie Talmadge and Jake Weinkoop. Receivers out to both sides will be Anthony Prado and Cole Groeschel. On the line tonight, Zach Piscopi will be the center. The guards, Darian Newcomb and Tyler DeTata. John Costanza and Andre Edgerton will be the tackles for Brick Township tonight. Or just coming onto the field now. Rumson defense set up. And this will be Brick setting up.
Leblow not in there.
Nope, change.
And this is snap that goes up the middle. Gain of a couple on the play to the 22-yard line for Brick Township.
Anthony Prado starting at quarterback. He has played quarterback.
Yeah, he's not a bad backup,
nope,
that's
not
for
at
sure.
All.
Groeschel carried that one into the meat of this Bulldog defense, who is very tough. As I mentioned, 8 points per game.
2nd down and 9 for Brick Township. Just underway on the opening drive for the Green Dragons. Prado back at quarterback. Sets up in a shotgun. Sends a receiver to the right. And this is a handoff. Goes left. That's Cole Groeschel. Doesn't look like he gained much on the play.
Groeschel with the carry. Loss of about a yard on the play.
And in fact, he actually lost a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Green Dragons.
Rumson big up front with Gordon Forsythe and Isaac Vernon, the defensive ends. Henry Sullivan, an outstanding defensive tackle, along with Joe Afflito. Keegan Woods, the all-shore linebacker, in one of the inside linebacker spots. Christian Lanzalato, the others. Brooks Brennan and Drew Frankel, the corners. Ryan Ruane and Matt Lazat are the safeties.
Cole Groeschel limped off the field after that last play, so we'll see if we can get an update on Cole Groeschel for you. Prado rolls out to the right, and then now he's going to run. Gets a couple of yards on the play with some pushing and shoving there. Gets to about the 20.
Groeschel, excuse me, Vin. Groeschel's injury is a cramp. Right leg cramp. It's kind of early to cramp up.
Thank you, Ed. That'll set up a 4th down for Brick and a quick 3-and-out for the Green Dragons. They'll punt.
Prado to punt.
And this one goes to midfield, up to the 40, to the 35, and down at about the 32-yard line is where Rumson-Fairhaven will set up.
John Volker, that was John Volker on the return, the younger brother of the outstanding running back Charlie Volker, now playing at Princeton University.
And then he'll send out the Bulldogs offense tonight. That'll be Colin Coles at quarterback, Alex Malgin at running back, Pete Crowley at fullback tonight. Jackson McCarthy and Andrew Lawless will be the receivers.
Great field position for the Bulldogs, starting at the brick 33.
Cole sets up with two running backs in the backfield in the shotgun. He's going to hand this one off. And going up the left sideline is Malgin. And gains a few on the play before he's brought down. And he's got a good line in front of him. Tim Kelly, the center, Evan Davis and Ethan Ardolino are the guards. Spencer Short and Ryan McCann are the tackles. And Ian O'Connor, the 6'4" tight end for the Bulldogs. Three receivers go right. Cole sends a runner in motion, but he hands up the middle to Malgin again. And Malgin gets about a couple yards on the play before he's brought down by Corey Engelhardt.
Vin, that injury to Cole Groeschel, check it on the cramp. It is a severe ankle injury. They have removed his shoes and socks and half his pants, and they are checking that right ankle right now. That would be a key injury in this football game, as I think they're going to measure this, so we got a little time. He is withering in pain on the sideline right now. Just got up, right?
Yeah, that's a big injury, as you said, for Brickhead, especially this early in the game.
Yeah. I mean, he's such a big part of their offense and defense. By the way, nothing wrong with Jimmy Leblow. Leblow did go in on the punt team as Prado punted it away.
And after a measurement, it looks like they got enough for a first down there. Rumson in great field position driving after a 3-and-out by Brick Township. Coles has two receivers to the right, one to his left. Gets into the shotgun as the officials set up the chains. Takes a snap. Hands off up the middle. Nope. And yes, and then it goes back a couple yards. Loss of a couple on the play, brought down by Engelhardt there. And John Costanza. And that'll bring up a second down for Rumson.
Laundry on the field.
Alex Malgin has been the main ball carrier for Rumson this season. Has about 600 yards after just 4 weeks and 13 touchdowns. Peter Crowley, the fullback, will help out on the blocking side. Jackson McCarthy and Andrew Lawless, the wide receivers. Big receivers crew. O'Connor, the tight end, is 6'4". Lawless 6'1", McCarthy 6'5". O'Connor and McCarthy also basketball players for a very good Rumson program.
That was a 5-yard penalty on Rumson. 8:39 left to go in the opening quarter. Rumson on their opening drive. Ball is on the Brick Township 24. Calls deep in the shotgun, sends Malgin motion to the right. And that's who gets the ball up the middle, as the Brick defense swarms to him after a gain of about a couple on the play. Short gain. And John Costanza and John Stritch, two of the lead tacklers on that play for Brick Township.
Well, if you're going to key anybody on this Bulldog offense, number 6 is your man. He will get the ball probably 30 times a game. He'll try to let him touch it 30 times a game. As you mentioned, Kevin, he's got 14 touchdowns on the year and over 600 yards. He's a good one.
Malgin running. Coles looking to throw here. And this one falls incomplete. Looking for John Volker. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 13 for Rumson.
Amazing thing, Malgin was the fullback last year. Peter Lucas was the outstanding tailback for Rumson. Malgin was the fullback, ran for about 500-600 yards on the season. He's already got that through 4 games, and he's only got 42 carries, only averaging 13 carries a game. But as we said, Rumson, most of their games have been decided by halftime.
Cole sets up in the shotgun, 3 receivers to his right, hands to Malgin up the middle. Malgin looks like he gains about 3 or 4 on the play before he's brought down. And that'll bring up a 4th down for the Bulldogs.
Well, they're on the 24-yard line, so it'd be about a 41-yard field goal if they decide to do that. They do have a little wind at their back, and it looks like they are going to try a long field goal, 41.
And that'll be Colin Cole staying on the field to do the kicking for the Bulldogs. Jimmy Kennedy to hold. Evan Davis will be snapping the ball. And the kick is blocked. Right at the 30, picked up by Brick Township. And the Green Dragons bring it to the 35-yard line, and it's their ball on a blocked field goal attempt.
Leblow picked it up. I did not see who got the block.
Well, the kick was so low, Kevin, it could have been anybody on the defensive line.
Probably a kick that was just at his max range. So that's normally what happens when that's the case. The kick will go low. And the interior of the brick line was able to block it, so it will be Green Dragons football, second possession of the night. The first one, they went nowhere. They'll start at their 36-yard line.
And still no Jimmy Leblow at the QB position.
6:59 left to go in the opening quarter. Scoreless, Brick now on their second possession. Prado sends a couple-minute motion to his left. Gets the ball, rolls left. Looking to throw, fires one down the field, and this one falls incomplete.
Pass is incomplete, intended for number 6.
It was Shane Williams, the intended receiver. What happened was the defensive back fell down, and Williams came back for the ball, really had a great opportunity to catch it, but then he lost his feet as well, and the pass just went incomplete.
That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Green Dragons with just under 7 minutes left to go in the opening frame. Prado leads the Green Dragons out of the huddle. 2 running backs in the backfield, now 3. Talmadge moves motion to the left. And Prado with the snap. He's going to give up the middle. And getting to about the 43-yard line is Jake Weinkoop.
Number 3, Jake Weinkoop with the carry.
Best offensive play of the night for the Green Dragons. Lanzalato finally brings him down.
Well, I've asked about 6 people on the sideline here. I'm on the Brick sideline about Jimmy Leblow. He did run for 192, I think, last week. And it's like asking if Kavanaugh is going to get elected, or get confirmed. Nobody is saying a word.
3rd down and 4 for the Green Dragons as we cross the 6-minute mark in the first quarter. Prado in the shot, rolls back. He's going to throw, looking downfield for Williams. Goes in and out of his hands, and a flag is thrown.
That's going to be pass interference.
Yeah,
the defensive back did not know where the ball was, and when Williams tried to come back for it, he was completely interfered. That's an easy 15-yard penalty.
Right, it's not a spot foul in high school, only 15 yards. By the way, Cole Groeschel, ankle wrapped in ice. Doubt if we'll see him in this half at all.
Been a frustrating season for him.
Yes, it has.
We projected him as one of the top players in the Shore coming into the year, but really has not been able to get on track offensively. And as Ed said, in all likelihood, done for the night.
Ball spotted at the Bulldogs 44 after the penalty. 5:54 left to go in the first quarter. Green Dragons on their second possession of the night. Prado in the shotgun. He's got 3 with him in the backfield. He's going to hand this one to Weinkoop. No,
Prado
it's a fake. That's
fumbled it.
Prado kept the ball, run up the middle, had a nice gain, would have been close to the first down, and then he fumbled and lost it. And strip on that play by Gordon Forsythe, the defensive end.
Drew Frankel picked it up, guys. Number 21.
So a promising drive for Brick on their second possession ends with the turnover, and Rumson will take over on about their own 35-yard line.
With 5:44 remaining in the first quarter.
They have taken the ice off of Groeschel now, and it looks like the trainer, Jimmy Barber, is going to tape it up. So we may see Groeschel yet.
Coles hands this one to Malgin, who runs up the left sidelines, gets pushed out of bounds just outside the 47-yard line, brought down by Richie Talmadge. And that's good enough for a Bulldogs first down. We are scoreless with 5.5 left to go in the first quarter.
Rumson does not huddle. They use a no-huddle offense, get the plays in quick. Like to run a lot of plays.
Coles gives us one to Malgin again, who gets past midfield, pushes for a first down, and he'll come up close. Maybe a measurement needed there. Malgin is brought down by John Costanza.
Yeah, Malgin's got a fullback body and a tailback with tailback speed.
That's a first down for the Bulldogs, who are driving on their second possession. Coles getting the play from the sidelines.
First down and 10. From the Dragons,
John Corneliuson is the offensive coordinator for this Rumson team, averaging, as Ed said, over 40 points per game.
Coles gets a snap. Hands off to the right side and getting to about the 40 is Peter Crowley.
Number 27, the Bulldogs. Peter Crowley with the carry.
And he's brought down by Talmadge, the linebacker for the Green Dragons. Just under 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. We're scoreless between Rumson-Fair, Haven, and Brick in a Colonial Division Championship. Coles in the shotgun sends a man in motion. That's Malgin. And getting the carry is Malgin going to the left. Tackled by Jimmy Leblow.
With the carry, short gain on the play. Tackle made by number 8.
It'll be bring up a short distance to go on a third down. Third down and 4 for the Bulldogs. Ball placed on the 37-yard line of Brick.
Crowley lost his helmet, so he's got to sit one play on that last play.
Coles lines up in the shotgun. Hands this one to Malgin. Malgin maybe close to the first down there. Gets to about the 35-yard line, which is where the first down marker would be.
Yeah, they're going to have to go without him now because he lost his helmet also. Got to button those chin straps, guys.
And back onto the field comes Crowley. Prado with the tackle on that last play for Brick.
Boy, I'd like to have Malgin in this 4th down in 1 play.
Now they're going to make it a first down.
Yeah, they did. Wow. Brick yelling for a measurement.
First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. 3.5 left to go in the opening quarter. Coles is going to fake, roll out. And the pass falls incomplete. Looking for his tight end, Ian O'Connor.
Yeah, O'Connor was open and the flat pass was behind him, and he could not grab it.
Yeah, his feet went out from under him. You could see there's been quite a few players slipping out there. They're directly almost in the middle of the field from the 30 to the 30. It's pretty bare in there with dirt. And, of course, with the dew that is starting to settle on the field, it's kind of slick. So the footing is an issue.
Second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers go left. Coles under center. And a whistle.
Yeah, they wanted Malgin in the game, and he still is not in the game. They're working on his helmet, so they just called the timeout.
Rumson takes a timeout. We're going to take a quick timeout as well. You're listening to the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
The word is out, and so is the awesome brunch spread at the Melting Pot every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Melting Pot. It's not your ordinary brunch. Check this out. Delicious Alpine Benedict fondue, French toast fondue, buttermilk chicken and waffles, mouth-watering sandwiches, burrata melon salad, and if you're 21 or older, enjoy a complimentary mimosa. Yes, it's brunch and it's on. The Melting Pot, now open every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Located in the Galleria, 2 Bridge Avenue, Red Bank. Book your experience today.
Now back to Jersey Mike's Ocean County football
on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Jersey Mike's Game of the Week. Rumson driving, scoreless in the first quarter. Colin Coles hands off to Volker. Volker goes to the right side, gains a couple on the play before he's brought down by Richie Talmadge, who's been pretty active.
If you need orthopedic
so
care, turn to Seaview Orthopedics. They have a specially trained staff of board-certified and fellowship-trained physicians who
3 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. We're scoreless between Rumson and Brick. Rumson on their second possession of the opening quarter, driving right to left across your radio. Ball on the 34-yard line of the Green Dragons. Coles looking to throw, fires one to the right side. And making the catch is Ian O'Connor as he gets pushed out of bounds with a first down for the Bulldogs.
O'Connor juggled it a little bit but was able to maintain possession, grab it before going out of bounds, and they'll move the chains here as we go to the 2:30 mark in the opening quarter.
Bulldogs had a field goal blocked on their opening possession. Cole sets up in the shotgun, 2 in his backfield. And he's going to hand this one up the middle. And that ball's fumbled, Volker. And this ball's going to roll down to about the 8-yard line. Recovered by Ethan Ardolino of the Bulldogs.
Boy, a break there for Rumson.
Big break.
That ball popped out and rolled about 10 yards forward, and it was the Rumson lineman Ardolino and one Brick player going for it, and give the guy credit. The big guard got on it, recovered it.
Yeah, Ardolino had about 50 pounds. I wasn't really quite sure who the Brick player was, but yeah, that ball did squirt away 10, 15 yards downfield.
Cole sends a man in motion to the left. He's going to roll right. He's going to run this one, gets to the 10, a flag thrown, as Coles dives for a couple more just outside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that'll be a block in the back. Everybody saw that one.
John Stritch made the tackle. Give credit. The Brick defensive backfield did a great job. Coles with play action rolling right. O'Connor, the tight end, dragged along the back of the end zone. He was well covered. And then Coles just tried to make the most he can. And one of the Rumson blockers trying to pave the way for him clearly with a block in the back. They'll march that one back 15.
First update of the night from Middletown North. Brick Memorial is on the board with 2.5 left in quarter number 1. They lead at 7-0.
2:05 left to go in the opening quarter here. Scoreless between the Bulldogs and the Green Dragons. As the penalty is assessed, it'll be a first down for the Bulldogs. 3 receivers go trips to the left. As Coles gets back under center, now moves into the shotgun position with Malgin to his left. Hands to Malgin. Malgin goes right, gets to about the 15-yard line before he's brought down by a group of Green Dragons. Second down. Bulldogs looking to score on their second possession of the opening quarter. 1:30 remaining. Trips left for the Bulldogs. Coles in the shotgun. Throws left. And this one's to Andrew Lawless, who goes down the left sideline, dragged out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line.
Pass completed to number 11, Andrew Wallace.
And that'll bring up a third down for the Bulldogs.
Just the third reception of the season for Lawless, one of the Rumson co-captains. And that'll set up a 3rd down and goal.
As we just about to hit the 1 minute mark in the opening quarter. 3 receivers go right for the Bulldogs. Coles back, looking to throw. Fires one into the end zone looking for O'Connor. Goes off his hands, deflected, and incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
Shane Williams with the coverage, and decision time for Rumson. They kicked a field goal earlier, but looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and goal.
The ball on the 6. 2 receivers split to each side. Coles back to pass. Looking over the middle, and this one is caught for a touchdown. That is Ian O'Connor, the 6'4" tight end for the Bulldogs, and they score first with just under a minute left to go in the first.
A little bit of a mismatch. Talmadge, the linebacker, trying to cover the tight end, who's got about 4 or 5 inches on him. And
yeah, that's an indication right there of the missing Cole Groeschel, Kevin, because he normally would be back there.
Coles did a nice job of getting the ball up high where really only O'Connor could get it. Here's the extra point by Coles.
Cole's kick is up, and this one spins to the left and wide. 6-0 Bulldogs. 58 seconds left to go in the opening quarter, and we're going to keep it right here. Kev, second possession. Bulldogs take the first lead.
Well, they first possession, short field. They only got a couple of first downs, then had the long field goal blocked. This time again, following the turnover, actually started at their 34-yard line, so they went 66 yards. And a couple of big 4th down conversions there, and none bigger than that one. 4th and goal from the 6. Give Jerry Schulte credit for disdain for not going for the field goal and taking a shot. 4th and 6. Coles did a nice job. Tight end just dragged across the back of the end zone, and Coles threw it high. O'Connor went up and got it. 6'4". Tight end went up and got it. Touchdown. Rumson. The extra point is missed. So, again, costly turnovers. When you're the underdog, which Brick clearly is in a game like this, you cannot give the other team extra possessions. That fumble cost them that time.
And the Bulldogs certainly hoping that extra point doesn't come back to haunt them later in the game.
By the way, our first score of the night is brought to you by Brum Rogers Crab House in South Seaside Park, serving the shore's best seafood for over 40 years. Open daily for lunch and dinner. Visit BrumRogersTavern.com.
Bulldogs to kick it back to the Green Dragons. Looking to start their 3rd possession of the night. This kick goes towards the upper half of the field to about the 6-yard line and bringing it back towards the middle of the field before being pushed back after a gain of a few more by the bunch of Bulldogs was Bonafide.
Damian Bonafide on the return. By the way, end of 1 quarter in Toms River. Toms River North and Middletown South are tied at 7. Of course, that game is for the American Division title. A Middletown South win. They're the outright champs. A Mariner victory. They finished co-champions.
Yeah, Middletown South took the opening kickoff, drove it 80 yards right down the field. And on the first play from the ensuing kickoff, Jordan Pruitt went 73 yards on a touchdown run to tie that one, Kevin. So
that's what North does. They're a big play team.
Yep.
Brick Township marches the offense back onto the field, down 6-0, 48 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And Paredo's going to run this one, keep it for himself, gains a couple on the play before he's brought down by Ryan Dupree and Lanzalato, Christian Lanzalato, the inside linebacker for the Bulldogs.
Ed Walls jumped out on Southern 14-0, and Red Bank has jumped out on Toms River East 14-0.
Yeah, and Middletown North has tied the game on a muffed punt by Brick Memorial, and they have scored with a touchdown pass to make it 7-7. By the way, it's got to be, we could only, guess right now at this point, but looks like possibly a discipline with Jimmy Leblow not in there at quarterback. He has played defense a little bit. He's been in there for Cole Groeschel at the safety.
All right, and we're going to break here at the end of the quarter.
Okay. Hit a break. Bulldogs leading 6-0 over the Green Dragons at the end of the first quarter. You're listening to the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week As we take a break, Jersey Mike's Game of the Week on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Hey, Chrissy, where can I score my best deal on a new set of wheels?
Searching? Sansone Jr.'s 66 Auto Mall. During the fall sales blitz, they're hitting the competition hard, knocking down prices, payments, and financing rates on a huge lineup of new Nissans and Kias.
What if my credit's out of shape?
Don't sweat it. When the blitz is on, their only job is to say yes with credit approval in 15 minutes or less. Sansone Jr.'s 66 Auto Mall, where we work hard to make car buying easy.
The sub above difference is daily, not shredded last night or baked yesterday afternoon. Good ingredients, prepped fresh every day. Because that's what daily means. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
The sub above difference is the silver lining. Order Jersey Mike's for your game day party and rest assured that even if your team doesn't win, your mouth does. Victory is all yours. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
The Jersey Mike's Game of the Week here as Brick opens up the second quarter with a carry up the middle by Winecoop there. As Brick down 6-0 here. Vin Ebenu, Kevin Williams, Ed Sarluca here with all the action on the Game of the Week as Brick and Rumson battle for the Colonial Division title.
Well, the situation the Green Dragons really did not want to be in, and that was to fall behind early against a very good team. You've got to kind of stay in contact and really kind of incumbent on Brick to get the next points on the board.
Prado back in the backfield. He's got a Winecoop behind him. Sends a couple men in motion. And Prado's going to roll left. And pass falls incomplete just outside the 40 as he was looking for the open man. That's number 22, Jake Weatherspool.
Weatherspool was open in the flat. Pass was just a little high. And now the Green Dragons will have to punt, and Rumson should get really good position, field position following this as John Volker goes back to receive the punt.
This kick goes to about midfield and falls. Volker touches it. Ball rolls back. He falls back on top of it, but at his own 40.
Well, the punt was almost blocked. And then Volker fumbled. Unfortunately, there was really nobody for Brick that had gotten downfield in position to recover, and he was able to fall on it. So Rumson will still start with relatively good field position at their own 43-yard line, leading 6-0.
By the way, Cole Groeschel back in the game after wrapping that ankle. He is limping on it. It's a right ankle injury, but he is back in at safety.
Groeschel get tested in a matter of time. Rumson's going to see how that ankle's working out as they set up offense. Cole's in the shotgun on the hard count. He's going to give this one up the middle to Malgin. Malgin gets to midfield, gets close to a first down, just inside the 50 to the 46-yard line, brought down by Jimmy Leblow. And it looks like it'll be second and short for the Bulldogs.
You know, Rumson has tried to turn it over quite a few times already in this first beginning of this first half, and Brick unable to get anything.
This one is a give up the middle. And it looks like good enough for a first down by Malgin. Brought down by a group of Green Dragons, including John Stritch. As we cross the 10-minute mark in the second quarter, the Bulldogs are leading 6-0.
Well, there's a big limp off right there. Malgin just limped off. That looks like some kind of leg injury. He's laid out on the ground right now.
On a first down for the Bulldogs, that'll be a key injury to watch as well on their end. Coles calling signals at the line, sets up in the shotgun. Looks like he dropped part of a wristband. Sets back up. And gives this one up the middle. Moving to the left.
It's Volker, John Volker.
Yeah, Volker will carry the ball the brunt of the time now with Malgin on the sideline being treated. By the way, Vin, that was a good call, but it wasn't a wristband. It was his mouthpiece, and you can't snap it without the mouthpiece. That would have been a equipment penalty, so he quickly picked it up.
Cole's looking to pass, throws this one left, looking for O'Connor, and that one falls incomplete.
No, he caught it. He
did catch that.
Yeah. But there's laundry on the field from this line judge
right
here.
in front of the brick bench.
Right.
I wonder if a guy left earlier lined up off sides.
Somebody hurt out there.
Yeah, brick coaches are running out on the field.
Couple injuries so far. One now for Rumson-Fairhaven, two for Brick. Holgroshell back in the game.
Yeah, the 2 stars of each team.
Malgin, by the way, up until this point, has 62 yards rushing already on 11 carries.
Yeah, he is on his feet now. They're probably going to take him to the bench and tape some part of his leg up. And I'm got one eye on Cole Groeschel, and you could see him really limping out there. I give him a lot of guts just to find his way back onto the field, but I don't know how.
Let me give you a couple scores here. Red Bank Regional up on Toms River East 21-0. Ocean leads Toms River South 20-0. Let's see what else we got. Pinelands has jumped out on top of Jackson Liberty 12-0. Trying to get scores here for a couple of the bigger games tonight, and there are a host of them.
Yeah, nothing on RBC yet, huh?
I'm checking our guy Bob Batters, who is there.
Brick Memorial has taken a 14-7 lead over Middletown North, so their offense continues to roll.
It is scoreless. Long Branch and Red Bank Catholic with just 5.5 minutes left in the opening half. So that's been a defensive struggle up till this point. Modern Day Prep leads Barnegat 14-0. That is a championship game as well tonight.
Corey Engelhardt, the injured Green Dragon, walks off the field. Cole sets up back in the shotgun for the Bulldogs and hands this one to Volker. Volker loses a couple on the play. Brought down almost immediately by Joe Gorman.
Great play by Gorman.
And that'll bring up a 3rd and 17 for Rumson.
8:43 left in the second quarter. Rumson leading Brick 6-0. You're listening to the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week.
Bulldogs send a receiver to each side. Cole's in the shotgun. He's got 2 with him in the backfield. Sends a man in motion. He's going to roll right, looking to throw. Fires one past midfield to the 30, and this one's intercepted. And running out of bounds at midfield is Jimmy Leblow with the pick.
Well, the Brick defense, led by defensive coordinator Brian McNamara, comes up big there.
And a flag, guys, after the play.
As Leblow, not playing quarterback, but playing safety.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on the Dragons for a personal foul after the play. So that's going to push them back to their side of the field, but they will keep possession.
To me, again, that's almost like a mini turnover. You get the turnover, and then you commit a 15-yard penalty. So instead of being inside Rumson territory, you go back into yours. You just can't make those mistakes when you are the underdog and trying to pull off a win.
Yeah, you know, I think there was a little pushing and shoving by both teams, and as always, they always see the retaliation. So that'll push it back to the 38-yard line. Brick's 38. They would have had the ball in Rumson territory.
Will be 1st down and 10 thanks to the Leblow interception, and Brick will go back on the offense.
With 8:13 left to go in the second quarter, Prado leads the Green Dragons offense back onto the field. He's got 3 backs with him. Gets the snap, and he's going to take this one himself up the middle. Didn't get much on the play. Gain of about a yard or 2 before he was brought down. And that'll bring up a second down, brought down by Keegan Woods, the inside linebacker for the Bulldogs, as we pass the 8-minute mark in the second quarter. Rumson-Fairhaven leading Brick Township 6-0 in this Colonial Division Championship.
Boy, Rumson's two inside linebackers, Woods and Lanzalato, are good ones. They were two of the leading tacklers last year. Woods was an all-shore player. Lanzalato not far behind, and they're back this year.
Second down and 9 for Brick. Prado gets the snap. He's going to run this one left, looking for room. Gains a couple on the play before he was brought down by Drew Frankel.
About 3 yards on the play.
Oh, it becomes a big third down, third and about, a long 6 right here. And you'd like to see Brick keep possession of this offensively.
Yeah, for the most part, Ed, they've been 3 and out. They had one decent drive that ended with the fumble.
Right.
Brick looking to make something happen here. Just under 7 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
I'd like to see Prado at least roll to his right. A couple times he's rolled left, and he's a right-handed quarterback.
Yeah, he's had some guys open, just missing a couple of times.
Prado sends a couple men in motion. He stands in the shotgun. He's going to roll left, looking to throw, fires one downfield, and this one is caught. What a catch between two defenders was Shane Williams with the grab, and a first down for the Green Dragons.
Well, Williams drew the big pass interference call earlier in the half. Pretty much the same route down the sideline. This time he beat the defender, and a well-thrown football by Prado despite rolling to his left, which is not easy for the right-handed quarterback. And Brick will have it at the Rumson 28-yard line, 1st and 10. They're certainly their best field position of the evening.
Yeah, that was a tremendous catch right there to keep this drive going.
Williams lines up as receiver to the right side on this play as Prado sets up the offense. Gets the snap. He's going to roll right this time. And again looking to throw, in a lot of trouble, and he is brought down. Two Bulldog defenders grab him just outside the 40 for a big loss, including Keegan Woods, the linebacker.
Well, they were looking for Williams again that time. Lined up on the right side, went down and towards the sideline. He was not open and really nowhere to go for Prado, and then the rush came, and he's brought down for a big loss.
Yeah, you can't take a 15-yard loss on first down there. Not without a good running game, and they have not been able to run the ball at all. They've got to throw the football to move it.
Second down and 25 with 5:10 left to go in the second quarter. Prado sends Weinkoop in motion to the right. He's going to roll back, looking to throw, fires one downfield, looking for Williams at the 20, and Williams makes the catch! Pulls it in with one hand, grabs it with the other, and runs in for the score. A 41-yard touchdown by Shane Williams, and this game is tied.
And that is your highlight play of the night to this point. Williams with the left, put the left hand out, one hand brought it back in and crossed the end zone. Remember, he is, by the way, starting tonight because Prado is playing quarterback. Prado originally listed as a starting wide receiver. Are they bringing this back?
Yes, they are.
Oh, wow.
Motion penalty.
Wow.
Flag came out right away, guys.
Yeah. Well, we didn't see it up here, obviously. We're following the play.
Right.
And obviously about 99% of the Brick fans didn't see it, and unfortunately that is going to wipe out what was a tremendous catch by Shane Williams.
Well, the people that did see it were the Brick coaches. No argument at all. The flag came out early. One of the backs moved.
And the big play negated by the penalty, and that'll push the Green Dragons to about the 45.
Yeah, almost where they started this drive.
They've got to get all the way down to the 18 for a first down, so 27 yards needed.
Second down and 35 for the Green Dragons.
They better get some help for this corner.
Prado's going to roll left, in a lot of trouble, tosses it in the flat, and brought down, didn't gain much. In fact, they lost another about another 10 yards on the play.
Yeah, they try to run the slip screen, and Rumson all over it.
Wynkoop on the reception there for Brick.
So they had first down at their 28-yard line, and they're going to have to likely punt very soon if they don't hit a big play, as this drive just keeps going back in the opposite direction. 4:25 left in the second quarter. It is Rumson 6, Brick nothing.
Third down for the Green Dragons. Ball on their own 47. As Prado sets the offense up for Brick. Crossing the 4-minute mark since Wynkoop in motion to the right. And this one's going to go up the middle. Run up the middle, gain of a couple on the play.
The snap went to Talmadge, not the quarterback.
Talmadge with the carry.
And he kept it and went up the middle. Really did not get anything. The stop made that time by Von Factor, sophomore defensive lineman.
And they're going to punt it away. Rumson, Volker back deep.
Now the pressure sort of goes on the Brick defense, Ed, to keep this game at halftime a one-score game.
Prado's punt is blocked. And then it takes a bounce back. And it's going the other way now. Brick Township with the recovery after a Rumson recovery.
Well, Rumson didn't recover it. They blocked the punt. The ball was loose.
Yeah, and it went backwards. That enables either team to pick it up and advance.
The block by Ryan Ruane. They almost blocked the last one. That time they got it. And it will be Rumson football in good field position.
Yeah, it's not a change of possession, even though the kick was blocked, because nobody really had it as the ball was rolling around. That's the call there. That's why everybody's a little bit unsure of why Rumson's getting the ball.
That one took a couple bounces there.
So it will be Rumson football just inside Brick territory at the 49-yard line.
3:09 left to go in the second quarter. Rumson holding on to a 6-0 lead. Coles is going to give this one up the middle. And didn't gain much on the play was Crowley.
Yeah, we have not seen Maldron back in the game since he limped off. Try to get a report at halftime.
Second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Coles looking to throw. Fires this one to the left. And with a first down and more, getting to about the 30-yard line, was Jackson McCarthy.
6'5" senior, good basketball player. His fifth reception of the season. He came in with 4 catches for 126 yards. Been a big play guy, and that was a big one there as he gets a first down.
Bulldogs driving, 2.5 left to go in the second quarter. Coles looking to throw, gets pressure. Fires this one into the open field looking for Crowley. Falls incomplete. A lot of pressure on Colin Coles on that one by the Brick defense.
We'll bring up a second down and 10. Boy, if the Brick defense can hold on here and not give up a score, they'll go into the locker room with a little momentum. They stay within a score. Down 6-0 here.
2 receivers split to each side. Coles in the shotgun. Looking to throw. Fires this one to the left. That's Crowley, who goes up the left sideline. Gets a first down plus some more. He's still on his feet to the 10. And brought down thereabouts. With a Bulldogs first down, it'll be first and goal.
A middle screen to Crowley, well set up. And he broke a couple of tackles, did a nice job in the open field, and moves this ball deep into Brick territory.
Plenty of time left, 2:14.
Ed, where's the football, Ed?
The ball is on the 9-yard line.
First and goal.
Coles gives to Crowley on the handoff. Gain of about a yard or 2 on the play as we cross the 2-minute mark. Brought down by John Costanza.
If I'm Rumson, I have no confidence in my field goal team right now. So
yeah, you had
I
one
wanna
blocked
push,
and you missed an extra point,
I
right?
want to push it, exactly. I want to push this one in.
Coles looking to throw. Looks left, looks right, now rolls right. Tosses this one into the end zone. And getting the touchdown is Andrew Lawless.
Yeah, you can't give him that much time. And Coles roamed around back there for what amounted to about 10 seconds until he found Lawless
And
wide open.
Lawless did a nice job. He just kept working his way around. Then he finally found a soft spot, and he just stayed there. And Coles did a good job of getting the football to him. As you said, had too much time, way too much time. And Coles with the touchdown pass, his second touchdown pass of the night. And now he'll try and add his first extra point.
Yeah, they're not going to chase the point here.
Coles' kick is up, and this one is down the middle, and this one is good. Bulldogs lead 13-0, 1:34 left in the second quarter. You're listening to the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
It's the Jersey Shore's best time of the year at Seabreeze Ford's local summer sales event. The crowds are gone, but the no money down deals are still here on Ford's hottest models, like the stylish 2018 Ford Explorer, America's best full-size pickup, the Ford F-150, and the best-in-class Ford Escape SUV. Plus, Seabreeze Ford has over 100 certified pre-owned cars on hand for the Shore's best selection. Locals rule at Seabreeze Ford, Route 35 in Wall Township, or SeabreezeFord.com. Seabreeze Ford's local summer sales event is underway.
For complete high school football coverage, including scores, highlights, features, and more, visit ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football, 92.7 WOBM.
Back to Jersey Mike's Game of the Week. Good afternoon, Kevin Williams, Ed Sarluca with you as Rumson-Fair scoring their second touchdown of the game, a touchdown pass to Andrew Lawless. The Bulldogs are leading this one 13-0 with 1:34 left in the second quarter as they get set to kick it back to the Green Dragons. Going left to right across your radio and across your computer screen if you're watching us live at ShoreSportsNetwork.com. Coles will kick it back. And this one dribbles to about the 11 and bringing it back up the left side, getting to the 25-yard line.
That was Bonafide again, who returned the last kickoff as well.
A whistle on the play afterwards. It looks like no flags. 1:27 as the Green Dragons look to put some points on the board before the half.
You know, kind of, Ed, been the Achilles heel of this Brick team. They just have not really been able to find a rhythm offensively.
Now, and it obviously hurts when your starting quarterback is not in the football game. Now, Leblow is in the offensive huddle now. Remains to be seen if he goes back. He is going out there, so it looks like Leblow will now take over at quarterbacks. And by the way, that was another personal foul on Brick.
Inexcusable.
Ball be placed at the Brick 13-yard line as Leblow lines up as quarterback. He's got Williams, receiver, to his left. And Leblow's going to give this one to Winecoop. Gains a couple on the play, brought down by Keegan Woods with a minute 15 left to go in the first half.
Winecoop with the carry.
With the success they were having, it appeared, Brick, Kev, you think they'd be throwing it a little bit more with a minute left in the half?
No, I don't think they want to turn the ball over. They can't take a chance here.
Yep.
Not on the 15-yard line. That penalty on the kickoff sealed the fate of this drive.
And I think Rumson is happy, too, to go in 13-0 because they're not using their timeouts, and they have some. Although they may use one after this play.
40 seconds left to go in the first half. Rumson leading 13-0 over Brick. Leblow hands this one off, and running up the middle for a couple is Jake Winecoop. And a whistle with 28 seconds left.
Ed might be right. Rumson might have called a timeout there.
Now they are.
And a timeout by the Bulldogs.
We'll keep it right here. Ed, what do you got for us at halftime?
Well, I got Pete Panuska, the athletic director and former star here in Dragonville.
No question, one of the greatest players in Brick history.
Right, if not the Shore.
Man, I had a chance to watch him.
Me
He
too.
was special.
I had a chance to defense him.
Yeah, that was not fun.
Of which I did not do.
That was not fun. Man, he got the ball in the open field. It was all over. He was never caught from behind.
Him in the tandem of Timmy Jones at the fullback.
Ed, just wanted to give
Dynamic.
you this note. Not that I have any interest in it, but J.D. Martinez has hit a 3-run homer in the first. It's 3-0 Red Sox over the Yankees.
Ouch.
That's not good news.
Depends on who you're rooting for, Vin. Greg Lerner and I are smiling.
And Ed and I are frowning.
So Rumson may call a timeout after this one as well. Hey, listen, call a timeout and go after the punt again.
That's their game plan.
Yep,
right
they
there.
blocked one and they almost got another.
3rd down for Brick. Williams goes receiver to the left. Leblow in the shotgun. And he's going to roll left, looking to throw. Fires this one. And making the catch is Weatherspool. And it's enough for a first down with 19 seconds left to go in the first half.
Well, that at least will mean they don't have to punt it.
Evidently, from all indications on the Brick sideline here, it was sickness that has kept Jimmy Leblow out of the offense.
Well, we have heard that sickness has gone through this football team.
Yes.
They have quite a few guys actually not playing tonight who've gotten the bug, so to speak. So there you go. They won't even get – well, they do get the playoff.
Just in time, Leblow is going to run this one, doesn't get anywhere. He's brought down almost immediately by Gordon Forsythe to close out the first half with the Bulldogs up 13-0 over the Green Dragons.
Ed, you going to get a word with anyone?
Yes, I'm going to get Coach Z right here as he leaves the field. Coach, the obvious question is, I know sickness has gone through your team this week. Was Jimmy Leblow one of those kids sick all week?
Yeah. Just came back on Thursday, so we're hoping, he's feeling a little bit better. And we had a couple guys sick this week, a couple guys still out. So hopefully, we got enough guys here that we can come back and give them all they got in the second half.
Well, you were in position to take the lead there on the Williams catch, tremendous catch, and penalties have hurt you also in the first half.
Yeah, a couple of things. We ran that play. We had a guy go towards the line of scrimmage on the play, on the touchdown, so that kind of hurt. If we got that guy going, then that would have been nice. It would have been nice. It would have been 7-6 right there, so it could have helped us.
Status of Cole Groeschel limping around out there. I give him a lot of guts just to get back on the field.
Yeah, his ankles bother him a little bit. He got twisted on the first play on the bottom of the pile, and he's limping around a little bit, but he's a warrior. He's going to try to do whatever he can.
Good luck in the second half.
Thanks, Ed.
All right, thank you, Ed. That was Len Zdanowicz, the Brick coach, as the Green Dragons trail at 13-0 at the half.
And Bulldogs looking to take that lead into the second half and looking to take advantage. What are some of the things that maybe Brick has to do to keep the Bulldogs where they're at and get back
It's
into
real
this game?
simple. Brick has to move the ball offensively. They've had no running game really tonight. Little success throwing the ball, but they've got to get some points on the board, and they've got to do it fast. Otherwise, this one could get out of control. I think the Brick defense has actually given a good account of themselves, but offensively, they've got to get some points on the board. What we'll do here, Van, is we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have the one of the featured things here every night is Ed's halftime conversation. He will be talking with Brick Athletic Director Pete Panuska, but right now we'll take a 3-minute timeout, and then we'll come back. You're listening to the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Even though the fall season is upon us, the entertainment continues at Bum Rogers Crab House in South Seaside Park. Today, enjoy J.P. LaStella from 5 till 8 and Eddie Testa at 9:30. Then tomorrow at 9:30, don't miss everyone's favorite Catfish Lucy. If you're looking for the best happy hour and seafood at the shore, fantastic dinner specials, and great entertainment, go to Bum Rogers in South Seaside Park. For a complete schedule of events and more information, visit BumRogersTavern.com.
36-month lease with approved credit through TFS Corolla 5189 or RAV4 4988 due at signing. $0 security deposit. Excludes tax tag title 439 doc fee 10K miles per year. Ends 10/31/2018.
Get it all at Gateway Toyota.
Sign and Drive is going on now at Gateway Toyota. New 2019 Corolla LE CVT or 2018 RAV4 LE. Your choice. Drive only $99 a month.
Get it all at Gateway Toyota.
Tom'sRiverGatewayToyota.com.
Are you looking for a great lunch experience? You know, something out of the ordinary? Of course you are. Get away from the ordinary and get into the Melting Pot for lunch. The Melting Pot is open for lunch every Monday through Friday from 11 to 4. In a hurry, order up fondue in a flash. A delicious cheese fondue, a farm fresh salad, and your choice of a tasty satay skewer for only $14.95. The Melting Pot, located in the Galleria, Two Bridge Avenue, Red Bank. Open every Monday through Friday from 11 to 4 for an out-of-the-ordinary lunch. Book your experience today.
The sub above difference is grilled. Because if you're making a cheesesteak and you're not using a hot grill to make it, well, you're not making a cheesesteak. Give our grill a go. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. The sub above difference is daily, not shredded last night or baked yesterday afternoon. Good ingredients, prepped fresh every day. Because that's what daily means. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Hey, Chrissy, where can I score my best deal on a new set of wheels?
Searching? Samsung Junior's 66 Auto Mall. During the fall sales blitz, they're hitting the competition hard, knocking down prices, payments, and financing rates on a huge lineup of new Nissans and Kias.
What if my credit's out of shape?
Don't sweat it. When the blitz is on, their only job is to say yes with credit approval in 15 minutes or less. Samsung Junior's 66 Auto Mall, where we work hard to make car buying easy.
Welcome to Moe's! Order ahead through the Moe's app October 1st to the 21st and get yourself $3 off any order when you order ahead with promo code OCT3. That's OCT3. That's right, $3 off any Moe's app order. All you have to do is download the Moe's app to get the deal. And remember, all orders come with free chips and salsa. You must have the Moe's app to redeem the offer. So download today. Valid in New Jersey, Nanuet, Staten Island, and Bryant Park, New York City.
Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football on the Shore Sports Network.
92.7 WOBM FM, Tom's River.
A Town Square media station. Now back to Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football
On 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Our halftime show is presented by the Jeep Store. There's great deals during Jeep Adventure Days at the Jeep Store, Route 35, Ocean Township, or thejeepstore.com. Get ready for any adventure at the Jeep Store in Ocean Township. Rumson leads Brick 13-0 at the half, and we send it down to Ed Sarluca.
Thank you, Kevin. I am with one of the greatest, if not the greatest, running back ever to come out of the Dragonville here at Brick Township High School. You know, I see all the flags lined up. He put quite a few up there by himself. Pete Panuska.
Thanks. Good to be here. I look at the flags, too, and there's so many of them. And, yeah, you're right. We had a couple in there. 1981 against East in the Meadowlands, so we're very proud of doing that. All of us. I'm speaking about our whole team as well.
You know, Kevin made the comment, you know, when he asked me about halftime, I said, well, I'm going to talk to Pete, the athletic director here at Brick. And by the way, congratulations on that assignment a couple years ago, and well-deserved. But he said he had the pleasure of covering you during a lot of those early years when you were here and the Dragons were a powerhouse. And I said, well, guess what? I had the pleasure of trying to defense him, of which I never did. So
that was at East, right? You were at Tom's River when you did that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, we came up all through Pop Warner. That whole team came up through Pop Warner. Freshman year, I remember Tommy G was our coach. He knew that we were going to have a great team. We just followed each other through, and we believed in ourselves. We had a great program. We weren't deep as a team, but we worked together. We had pride. Of course, we had Coach Wolf. He was our number one man, and we were successful.
And, of course, you speak about Tommy Gianella, who was a longtime coach here and then went on to a great administrative career here at Brick and also in Jackson. Your tandem back there, Timmy Jones. Talk a little bit about Timmy.
Timmy Jones, he was our leader. He was our motivator. Nicky DePalma was our wingback. Jimmy Ryerson, what a great quarterback he was. So all four of us together and our interior line were awesome, both sides of the ball. So, again, it was a team effort. Timmy was a leader. He gave me some great blocks. I ran off his blocks. Nicky DePalma did the same thing. So, again, it was an all-team effort, and it was a blast, and I can't believe how far back it was. But we always see each other, and we always talk about the good times.
Well, you know, I'm amazed at how you could remember. You're talking 81, you know, back there in the 80s, early 80s, how you remember every detail.
Oh, you do. We remember all the scores that we played. It's incredible because it's a time of your life that you'll never forget. Winning a state champ and going up to Meadowlands and doing all those things, you never forget those little things that make a big difference in your life.
your assignment now as the athletic director, a lot different than being on the sidelines playing or coaching. How does it differ?
There's a lot. There's a lot of, it's like, somebody made a clinician about an octopus. It's got so many antennas and everything you have to do. If you forget one, you always have to work 6 months in advance. I'm learning from actually your sons give me a big inspiration to help me out. There's so much still to learn, and I don't know, I got so much to learn yet. I just hope I'm doing a decent job.
Oh, you're doing a great job from all indications that I hear. And thank you for that comment about my son, Ed, who is the Brick Memorial Athletic Director. But anyway, the important thing to remember, and my son told me this, it's not only the football. Everybody knows about the football team, and maybe the soccer team. But it's the tennis team, the volleyball team, just as important.
Absolutely. We strive in all of our sports as equal measure. Yeah, the football team brings in crowds, and they play once a week, but we have teams playing 3-4 times a week. And for me, I want to do a better job of making sure that I schedule them so they get their rests. I know it's tough to do with the weather. Again, I'm still learning. But, yeah, we have quality in all of our teams, and we respect all of them, just like we do for football.
Yeah, I know this summer was especially important with the inaugural heat index rule and watching, and it was so darn hot in the 100-degree marks, and trying to tell a coach that you can't practice today is tough.
Yeah, that was tough, and I know the state's coming in. I know it's all about safety with the heat index rule with concussions and everything else. It's a safety thing, and that's what's going on in today's society. We're all about safety, and I understand that. And we have to be inside. We have to be inside, but that allows us to stay safe, be healthy, and move on further out to the season.
Let's talk a little bit about this game. I mean, Brick had a chance to at least tie it, probably take the lead with an extra point on Williams' catch, but motion penalty in the backfield. How penalties have really hurt the Dragons this first half.
Yeah, I mean, our kids are excited to play. They knew they had a big game in front of them, and we're running through an illness this week in the team, and that's affecting us as well. But we have great quality kids. They fight. All Brick kids fight. You know that. We always, since I played, before I played, my older brother played. We're scrappy kids that will come back second half and we'll give it what we got. Like Coach Z said, we're here to win. We want to take pride in that.
Their star is out also, did not return from probably the beginning of the second quarter margin. He's out of the game. You lose Cole Groeschel early in this contest. Give him a lot of credit and guts to come back into this contest. But you could obviously see he's limping out there on defense.
You could see that. It's tough to backpedal on defense. I'm sure he can't push off of it. I don't know what Jim Barber, he's an awesome trainer for us. If we can do anything for him during the halftime show here. And we'll see what he's got when he comes back. If not, he should rest him. We got a long season ahead of us.
Sometimes, the trainer will be on the sideline talking to the doctor and talking and politicking with everybody else. He's been pretty busy this first half.
Yeah, he's been busy. He's been busy every week. We're thin. We play hard. When you play hard, you do get bumps and bruises, and he takes care of them as best he can and sends them back out.
You wonder about a program like Rumson with close to 100 guys in their program. How they do it. It's a affluent, rich neighborhood up there in Rumson-Fair. Not a lot of building in town. Where do the players come from?
I wish I had that answer. I don't know. I wish we had those players as well. But, up there, they take care of the kids. I'm sure their parents bring them up well, and they say when you go to school, you're going to participate in the sport. We'll take care of everything else, and that's what you're going to do, and that's what you can see on the other sideline there.
Well, it's the first time that the Dragons and the Bulldogs have met on the football field. That's always interesting. The new alignment in the Shore has been met with somewhat controversy by various different people. How do you feel about it?
We all feel the same. I think I'm speaking on behalf of myself, but all ADs feel the same way. It's different. That's all I'm going to say. It's different. Is it going to work next year? We don't know. We're going to realign it again, see how things work. That's about it. We have to play with what's there, and that's all we can do.
So the realignment, as you said, is going to be every year. I'm just learning. It's probably going to take me till Christmas to learn what the conference is now. You're going to ask me to learn them again?
I don't know the names of the conferences. I know ours, and that's it. I know who's in our conference. I don't know where everybody else plays who, where, and why. But we got to do what we have to do. We have to play. We might fall into another conference next year with a record. Who knows? We just don't know yet.
Well, Pete, it's always nice to come here. You treat us so well. On behalf of Kevin, tonight, Vin, Matt Harmon, and myself, Brad, who's our engineer up there. You give us half of the booth every time we come here. Thank you from WOBM and the Shore Sports Network, and continued success here at Brick.
Well, thanks for coming. We're glad to have you, and anything we can do for you, in the future to help us out, that'd be wonderful. And, thank you, and I hope we do well in the second half.
Pete Panuska, great to talk to Pete. Tremendous job. It's a tough situation here with the Dragons. Injury, sickness. It's some of the things that teams have to deal with, Vin. Week in and week out, who's playing, who's not playing. The team that stays injury-free sometimes is the better team.
Injuries plaguing both teams in the first half. Cole Groeschel going down early for Brick. Mulligan going down early for Rumson. And Rumson, despite that injury and despite a couple mistakes, too, they missed the PAT, they missed the field goal, and even had a couple penalties mixed in. They're holding on to a 13-0 lead in what we expected probably to see a little bit more out of a Bulldogs offense that's put up a lot of points so far this year, Kev.
Well, I think, you look at it this way, too. They had a drive that ended with a blocked field goal. So they've moved the ball fairly well. I don't know that Rumson's punted the ball yet. I don't think they punted in the first half. So offensively, they really didn't have any trouble moving the ball. They had some mistakes on their own, a couple of costly penalties. But Rumson clearly in control of this game. And again, Brick is now in that position. I don't think it's an overstatement to say that if Brick doesn't score the next points on the board, this game will all be but over. The Rumson defense has been so solid all season long. They've only given up, as we said, 32 points all year. So, that's the situation. Rumson, 143 yards of offense. Brick, 38 yards of offense. So the Rumson defense has certainly been big. And Greg Lerner's helped me out here. Yep, Alex Mulligan, before he injured, 12 carries, 63 yards. Colin Cole's the quarterback, 6 for 11 for 73 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Ryan Dupree, a couple tackles, a fumble recovery, and a block punt. That's a pretty good half of football on the defensive side. So, Rumson looking pretty good. And while we have a little time here, Ed, let me run down some of the scores for you. Red Bank Catholic and Long Branch. That game 7-7 at the half. Long Branch scored on a 1-yard run on the final play of the first half to tie it. So the Green Wave certainly are for real. There's no question about that, and they're giving the Caseys all they can handle. Different story between Modern Day Prep and Barnegat, and this is how good the Serifs are. They are leading previously undefeated Barnegat at the half, 41-0, and that game is at Barnegat. Elsewhere, Toms River North and Middletown South tied at 7 at the halftime. They are in the third quarter, late in the third quarter in Toms River. Homedale leads Donovan Catholic 14-11. That, of course, a big game in the National Division. Wall all over Southern, 28-7. Point Borough leads Raritan at the half, 6-0. Toms River South trailing Ocean. Ocean winning that one, 27-0. Red Bank at last check was up on Toms River East, 21-0. Shore leads Point Beach, 28-0. And in the third quarter, it's Asbury Park 12, Manchester 8. So that takes you around the Shore tonight on what is a big night, as we basically said by tomorrow. All but one division in the Shore Conference will likely be decided. We'll have a division champion. That one is the National Division, because both Donovan and Homedale have 2 conference games left after this week, so they won't settle that issue officially, but everything else will be wrapped up in all likelihood tomorrow by about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
And with the realignment, the rescheduling this year, does it feel a little different or a little weird that there's that playoff feel that all these divisions are being wrapped up this early in October instead of at the end of October?
No question about it, Vin. It's a totally different thing. Ed and I have talked about this. And, even you heard the comment of Pete Panuska just talking about the schedule and the realignment. It's weird. It's just different. Teams, it's the first time Brick and Rumson have ever played. You've had a lot of that this year. So it is different. The intent for this was to put the Shore Conference teams in better position for the state playoffs. So if you believe the NJSIAA playoffs are the ultimate goal in winning a sectional championship, the idea was to put the Shore teams in the best position to have success locally in their division, but then in position to not only make the playoffs, but be in a good spot in the playoffs. So that was the reason behind it. It is very controversial. There are a lot of people that don't like it. But the nice thing is the realignment, usually when they do a realignment and when they do a football schedule, it's a 2-year schedule. This is just 1 year. What they will do is they will sit down after this season. They'll discuss it. The teams the way you were placed in your division was based on 2 factors: your size, the size of the school, and the success, your win-loss record over the previous 3 years. Now, if they continue what they're going to do, the previous 3 years means 3 years ago gets knocked out. This year would be included in next year's. So a team that has a really bad year, and I think Central's a good example, Ed. Tell me if you agree with me. Central's an example of a team that had success. Back-to-back 7-win seasons, I think 5 wins the year before that. Decent-sized school. They got placed in with the big boys. Middletown South, Toms River North, Manalapan. All right? Central's 0 for right now.
Yeah,
So
I can
when-
almost guarantee they will drop a conference.
Exactly.
Almost guaranteed.
So they will likely drop down a conference if they continue to do this next year, meaning that, okay, the 3 years will include a bad year, so we'll drop them down. Somebody will move up. It could be a team like Jackson. Jackson, who was a perennial Class A South team, big-size school, has been successful, although the last couple of years not as much, but right now they entered play tonight undefeated. They're a team that could maybe move up. So it's designed for that. It's not the perfect barometer, but they believe that in the long run this is the best. The other factor is not every team in the Shore Conference really takes the field in September thinking they're a championship team.
Right.
The other idea was to put teams who have been overmatched in with teams they can be more competitive with. You know, the goal of a brick team every year is likely going to win some kind of championship. Another team might be, hey, if we were ever 500, that would be a great season for us. So the feeling was the schedule, the way it was done, would help those teams. They wouldn't be constantly overmatched, losing 50-0 every week, which the offshoot of that is kids don't play. Who wants to be part of that? So they don't play. So the program, loses numbers. So there was a lot going into it. Everyone thinks it's simple. Just throw it up. Let me tell you, the Shore Conference is 43 schools. You tell me a perfect plan you could come up that would make all 43 happy.
Kev?
I don't think there is one.
Right. Yeah, Ed.
I'm with head coach Jerry Schulte. Coach, your status of your star running back, Alex Maldron.
He's all right. It's just a cramp.
Cramp.
Yep. He'll be back. He'll be fine.
So we'll see him in the second half.
Absolutely.
Okay. Uncharacteristically, you've thrown the ball very well tonight.
Yeah, Colin's doing a good job. Receivers are getting open, so we're happy with. Hey, any way we can get it done, we'll get it done.
Tough defensive game on both sides.
Yes, both defense playing well. Absolutely.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Jerry Schulte, one of the better head coaches in the area, guys.
Well, Jerry was an outstanding defensive guy for many years. It's his third season at Rumson, his 18th year overall as a head coach. Had been at Wall before that and a couple of other places, and one of the deans of Shore Conference coaches. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll take a 90-second break. It's got a 90-second break, and then we'll come back for the second half. You're listening to the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
If you need orthopedic care, turn to Seaview Orthopedics. They have a specially trained staff of board-certified and fellowship-trained physicians who specialize in general orthopedics, as well as joint replacement, sports medicine, arthritis care, physiatry, pain management, and pediatric orthopedics. They believe in earning the trust of their patients and their families, not only by providing the highest quality and leading-edge medical care, but also with sincere compassion. To find a location near you, visit SeaviewOrtho.com.
36-month lease with approved credit through TFS Corolla 5189 or RAV44988. Do it signing $0 security deposit. Excludes tax tag title 439 doc fee 10K miles per year. Ends 10/31/2018.
Get it all at Gateway Toyota.
Sign and Drive is going on now at Gateway Toyota. New 2019 Corolla LE CVT or 2018 RAV4 LE. Your choice. Drive only $99 a month.
Get it all at Gateway Toyota.
TomsRiverGatewayToyota.com.
Ready to take the next step in your career? Trying to figure out what's next after high school or community college? Georgian Court University is ready to help. Sign up now for a campus visit or info session at georgian.edu/visit. Learn about the college experience. Discover what a degree from GCU can do for you. Whether you are just out of high school or if you're an adult learner looking to transfer, GCU is the place to expand possibility. Take that first step. Make GCU your place. Register now for a campus visit or info session at georgian.edu/visit.
For complete high school football coverage, including scores, highlights, features, and more, visit shoresportsnetwork.com.
Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football, 92.7 WOBM.
We get set to start the second half. Tonight's game, of course, brought to you in part by Toyota World of Lakewood, your Jersey Shore dealer, the exclusive auto sponsor of our game of the week. They are Toyota World of Lakewood on the border of Brick and Lakewood. Shop them 24/7 at lakewoodtoyota.com.
And Brick will kick off to start the second half, down 13-0. Wynkoop will kick. Volker back just about his own 10 to receive the kick. Here to begin the third quarter with the Bulldogs leading 13-0. Wynkoop's kick goes to about the 32, a little short, and he brought back for a loss is Lawless, one of the two players who scored a touchdown for the Bulldogs in the first half.
Yeah, those are the kind you fair catch. You know, you can't catch a kickoff. He would have been better off fair catching that one. And let's see if Margin is in the ball game right now. He is not in the game.
As the Bulldogs set up on their first possession of the second half, up 13-0, they set up three receivers to the right. Coles in the shotgun. He's going to throw to Lawless at the 28, up to the 35, to the 40, and brought down at the 43-yard line by Anthony Prado.
Well, Lawless only came in with 2 catches. He's doubled his number tonight. He's got 2 more, and he's got a touchdown.
Yeah, it's been the pass game that has impressed me so far.
Yeah, Ed, I mean, Coles had only thrown 44 passes in 4 games. That's an average of 11 a game. But again, Rumson hasn't had to, exactly.
By the way, Maldron chomping at the bit to get back in this game.
3 receivers go left for the Bulldogs. Coles looking to pass. Throws this one downfield, and this one goes out of bounds.
Boy, great pressure from Dylan D'Almeida, the inside linebacker, as he drilled the quarterback just as he let it go.
Going to spend a little time over here, Vin and Kevin, on the Rumson sideline. And I'm not sure if we mentioned about John Wagner, our old friend from Point Pleasant Beach, has joined the staff here at Rumson. Pretty good addition.
I would say so. Championship coach.
Ball in the 41. Coles back to pass, looking to throw. Throws over the middle, looking for Lawless. Lawless in and out of his hands as he crosses near the 30. And based on his reaction there, he knew he should have had that one, Kev.
Well, it was a post pattern, and he was open. There had to be blown coverage here. There was nobody in the middle of the field. The pass was a little long. Lawless left his feet, but did get both hands on it. Probably figures he should have had it. Ed, we are looking on the brick sideline, and Groeschel not started. He's not in uniform.
Yeah,
he's got the pads off and all of that, so he's done for the night.
Yeah.
Coles back to pass, looking right, and running to the 45 to midfield on the reception is Ian O'Connor.
Wow.
And pushes for a few more yards. The 6'4" tight end gets a first down for the Bulldogs.
Well, he broke about 3 tackles in the middle of the field. You're going to try and arm tackle him. Good luck. And picked up the big first down. That was an impressive play by Ian O'Connor as they run the slip screen there to the tight end.
10:45 left to go in the third quarter. Cole's pass goes for a gain of about 3 on the play to Patrick Jameen, the receiver for the Bulldogs. And that'll bring up second and about 5 with 10:30 left to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs leading this one 13-0, driving on their first possession of the second half. Coles with a give to Crowley. Crowley gets to about the 40-yard line before he's brought down by John Stritch.
Yeah, Cole's a nice-sized player, 6'3", 210-pound junior. We haven't heard all that much about him because Malgin has been so successful, but tell you what, he came into tonight 32 of 44. How's that for accuracy? 528 yards and 6 touchdowns, and he's adding to those numbers.
Coles with 3 receivers to his left. He's going to throw to one of them. That's going up the left sideline is Lawless, and that's good enough for a Bulldogs first down as they're driving with 9:40 left to go in the third quarter.
Kevin, I'm going to give you a name here. You tell me who he reminds you of. O'Connor, big number 4. They list him as a tight end, but he's wide most of the time.
Garrett Graham.
Or
Mike Gesicki.
You got it. There you go. That's who I was thinking of.
Coles looking left, firing one down the far side of the field, and this one's intercepted.
In the end zone.
In the end zone.
Shane Williams, who's had a big night on the offensive side. Well, that was a case, Ed. Coles threw it. The receiver was not open. Williams had great inside coverage and really looked like he was the intended receiver.
Yeah, he got a little, apprehensive about throwing that one deep, and you're right. Great job by Williams. Stay with him stride for stride.
See who comes out at quarterback for Brick. We saw mostly Anthony Prado in the first half and Jimmy Leblow take a couple snaps towards the final ticks of the first half.
Yeah, it's going to be Leblow. No, it's not. It is Prado.
Okay.
Leblow was in the huddle.
Prado leading a Green Dragons offense onto the field that's trailing the Bulldogs 13-0. 9:15 left to go in the third quarter. It's got Williams as the receiver to his left, and a whistle and a flag.
Is that going to be a motion?
Officials walking towards the Brick sideline.
No, offsides against Rumson. So that'll move it 5 yards, make it a first down and 5.
Kev, what do the Green Dragons really need to get done early and often here in the second half?
Score points. What can I say? They've really struggled to run the ball for most of the night. You know, we gave you the statistics at halftime, right? 38 yards of offense at the half. It's pretty simple. They've got to get first downs and move the football.
First down and 5 for Brick. Prado gives us one to the right and a loss of a few yards. So those yards they gained on the penalty all negated now on a second down. Ryan Rain and Brooks Brennan on the tackles for Rumson there. As we cross past the 9-minute mark in the third quarter, Brick trailing 13-0 in a game that has the Colonial Division on the line. A win by Rumson gives it to them outright. If Brick comes back in this second half and they win this game, then they would share the division title with Rumson.
Pretty tough. You have 1st and 5, and now you have 2nd and 8. That's not exactly the direction you want to head in. I think Brick's going to have to call a timeout. Yeah. We'll keep it here. They had trouble getting the play in. You could see that they were facing the possibility of a delay of game, and offensively, just nothing really going right for the green and white.
You know, when you lose your starting quarterback, on any level, we've seen it a couple times last week in college. College is a whole different ball game because there's 4 or 5 quarterbacks that could easily step in. But when you lose them in high school, and as they have Jimmy Leblow here, you've almost got to start from scratch. Now, Prado is a good-looking athlete, but he hasn't had the experience this year at the quarterback spot.
Well, also throw in Grochel's now out.
Big loss.
Now, remember, the key running back for Brick this year was going to be Joe Carcio.
Right.
He has not played all year because of a knee injury. He's close. He's in uniform tonight. Len Zadanowicz said he's close to playing, but probably not till next week.
Yeah, you don't need him tonight now in this type of against this type of defense.
Second down, Prado looking to pass. Looking down toward the middle of the field, looking for Williams. Overthrows Williams, and that ball was nearly intercepted and falls incomplete on the Rumson side of the field with 8:11 left to go in the third quarter. Nice pass, but it was into double coverage there.
Yeah, well, Rumson got smart. Williams torched him once. Fortunately, a penalty brought it back. Drew a pass interference on another play, so they weren't going to let him get deep. Good coverage that time by Frankel and Ruane as they had Williams locked up.
Yeah, you're going to help on Williams now with the safety over top. So in essence, they're doubling him with the corner and the safety.
That'll
Good
bring
move.
up a 3rd down and 9 for Brick. 8:11 left to go in the third quarter. They're driving following the interception. Prado sets things up and rolls back, rolls right. In a lot of trouble back there and ends up firing one towards midfield, looking for Williams again and overthrows him. And this one falls incomplete, and after the interception, Brick will punt here with 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
Boy, Prado got leveled, Kev. Did you see
Yeah,
it
he
afterwards?
sure did.
Oh.
He did well to get rid of it.
Yes, he did.
And ironically, Williams was covered one-on-one, and he kind of stopped. And I don't think he thought the ball was going to go as far as it did and really couldn't make a play on it. But give Prado credit just for not taking a sack and then also getting up after a big hit. And now he's got to go back and punt. He's had one blocked and another was close.
And standing near midfield is Volker. The punt bounces at midfield, and Volker's going to let it roll.
It's actually going to take a good roll for Brick.
Gets to about the 35-yard line where Rumson will take over.
Yeah, it's going to end up being almost a 50-yard punt with the bounce. End-over-end kick. Never got off the ground more than about 10 feet. But he got the good roll, as you called.
Rumson's had a couple injuries, couple penalties throughout the game so far. Are you surprised, Kev, that they're only up 13-0?
Well, their best running back, Malgin is out. Hasn't really played.
He's back.
And now he's back in. All
Yep.
right, so now he's back. Let's see what happens on this drive.
Back to the ground game.
Coles gives up the middle, and that's Malgin, who runs to the left, pushes for a few with some help from the offensive line, gets to about the 43-yard line on a big run from Malgin.
Well, it's a solid 5-yard carry on first down. I agree with you, Ed. They'll go back mostly to their ground game now.
2nd down and 5 for Rumson. Coles back to pass, fires one left. And struggling for a couple yards.
What do I know? Back to the ground game. That was McCarthy.
Wow. I thought the forward progress had a first down, but they moved it back 2 yards. He did try to go a little second effort.
By the way, Ed, Toms River North has scored to take the lead on Middletown South 14-7 late in the third quarter.
3rd down and 1 for Rumson. 7:10 left to go in the third. They got 3 receivers to the right. Coles gives to Malgin. Malgin gets the first down, gets to midfield, pushing for a few more, and all the Green Dragons and all the Bulldogs come together, pushing Malgin one way or the other. It's a first down for the Bulldogs as we get under 7 minutes left to go in the third. Rumson leading 13-0 over Brick Township.
Brick Memorial has put up another score on a Tyler Sindel 45-yard run, 28-7 over Middletown North.
2 receivers split each side for Rumson. Coles in the shotgun. And a little movement and a whistle. See who moved.
Motion penalty.
6.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Red Bank Catholic has scored to go up on Long Branch 14-7. Wall leads Southern 35-7. Ocean over Toms River South 34-0. These are all third quarter scores.
It's a false start on Rumson.
By the way, the Toms River North lead is 13-7. They had the extra point blocked. A minute left in the third quarter.
Coles gives up the middle to Malgin. Gains a few of the penalty yards back, but that'll bring up a 2nd and long for Rumson. Brought down by Talmadge and Engelhart. Talmadge in a lot of plays for Brick's
Oh,
defense.
he's made a ton of tackles. Sure has.
Just under 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Rumson holding on to a 13-0 lead. Coles back to pass. Fires this one to the left for Malgin on the screen. Malgin gets close to a first down, plus some extra with a flag thrown on the field. Malgin spins, pushes further up the left sideline, gets to about the 20-yard line. We'll see what the flag is thrown at about midfield.
On the Brick sideline, a legal receiver downfield. Now they'll confer to see if the ball was behind the line of scrimmage. If it was, they'll wave it off.
Looks like he's marching back.
He caught it. Did he catch it over the line, guys? You had a better look.
I couldn't tell.
Well, the referees think he did.
By the way, the first score we've gotten tonight, Jackson leads Marlboro 13-0. That one early in the third. That'll be to wrap up a division title for the Jaguars. Gonna move this one all the way back and nullify what was a big play for Rumson. They've also shot themselves in the foot with a couple of penalties tonight.
Setting up a 2nd and long. And that's with Malgin in and out of the game.
Mm-hmm. They'll put it back at the Rumson 45. They've got to get to the Brick 38, so 17 yards needed.
Rumson coaches agreed with that call, by the way, guys.
Cole slips as he fires one to the right side, and that's caught by McCarthy at the 45. Gets a couple more before he's dragged down.
Well, McCarthy was wide open, and that's a good throw by Coles. He's throwing the ball all the way from the left hash mark to the right side of the field, and he had lost his footing a little bit, but he's got a good arm. There's a Brick player hurt on
Brick
play.
Looks like 26, guys.
That would be Mike McGuigan, the senior cornerback.
That looks like cramps, though. They got both feet up in the air.
And a timeout on the field.
Baseball? 4-0 Red Sox? 4-0.
So much for Chris Sale.
You got plenty of time, Ed. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And David Price is pitching for Boston tomorrow. The Yankees usually hit him well. 5:04 left to go.
Update? 5-0 Red Sox. Bottom of the third. Okay.
We don't have to give another update until the Yankees take the lead, right?
Well, then we don't have to worry about any more updates tonight.
I guarantee you, Vin, if it was 5-0 Yankees, you wouldn't hear a word about baseball tonight.
I would tell you that it's football season. We don't talk baseball during football season.
What was good about that last pass play, Coles, is they didn't try to get it all at once. You know, they needed, 25 or so. He got half of it, so that makes this 3rd and 4 a little bit easier to try and pick up this first down.
5:04 left to go in the third.
Was that 25 or 26 who was hurt? I think we were wrong. I think that's 25.
Was it McGuigan?
Is McGuigan still in there?
I don't think he is.
I'm trying to. It's blocked out on the sideline.
On a 3rd down, Coles looking to throw, and he gets brought down. A big sack.
You are correct, Kevin, by the way.
The injured player, by the way, was John Stritch, 25, but he's up. He's on the sideline. He's okay.
Dylan D'Almeida comes across the line and brings Coles down for a loss, and that'll send out the punting team for Rumson.
First punt of the night for Rumson.
I believe it is, yeah. Prado will go back deep along with McGuigan. And Prado's involved in everything.
4:20 left to go in the third as Brick's about to get the ball back. And punt goes off. Gets to about the 15. It's McGuigan rushing up to the midfield area near the 30-yard line, and that's where the Brick offense will return to the field.
Brought down by Volker. Well, Brick is hanging tough. I'd give their defense a lot of credit. 13-0 Rumson, 4:02 left in the third quarter.
D'Almeida with a big sack there.
Yep.
Talmadge has been involved in a lot of tackles. Certainly
really
keeping things close enough for Brick to stay in the game.
Oh, they're still in it. That's without a doubt.
Absolutely. Listen, they're a big play away. You know, the one thing I don't know, Ed, is I just don't know if they can drive, 60, 70 yards down the field to maintain a drive like that.
I agree to that. I think you said it aptly so. The big play is what they need. Big play away.
Prado back at quarterback for Brick. He sends 3 receivers to his right. And a little trouble with the snap, but he's going to roll this one right. Throws one. It's low. It's incomplete. Near the 40-yard line, intended for Shane Williams.
No, that was actually Leblow.
Leblow. Yeah, that was Leblow, number 8.
So
it was
they
intended
put Leblow. They left Prado in at quarterback and put Leblow in at the receiver. Usually Groeschel would be the go-to guy receiving the football. Leblow, real good athlete, could do just about anything.
That'll bring up a second down for Brick. 3:53 left to go in the third quarter. Rumson leading 13-0. A lot of big plays for both defenses tonight that have kept this game close, along with a couple penalties. 3 receivers go right for Brick. Prado is going to throw this one right, and it falls incomplete, intended for Jimmy Leblow. That'll bring up a third down.
Coverage that time by Keegan Woods, the linebacker.
Yeah, he had just about stepped in front of that one.
Yeah.
Good job by that middle linebacker, keying that third receiver in the trips formation, which happened to be Leblow.
So this Rumson defense has gone 4.5 games and allowed a total of 32 points. It's pretty impressive, Ed.
Considering they're doing it in the Colonial Division, which everybody believes is the toughest division in the Shore, week in and week out.
Prado's going to hand this one off, and no gain there, and
nothing.
Getting pushed back to about the 10-yard line was line coop there. And that'll bring up a fourth down. Brick will punt.
This has been an adventure tonight for the Dragons, the punt team.
And it's Prado again who will go back to punt, and Volker will go back to about his 40-yard line.
Volker's Mr. Versatility for the
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
Sure is.
He's in on everything also. Like
he's only
Prado.
a sophomore, too.
Yeah, good blood there.
Crossing the 3-minute mark as Prado's punt goes to about midfield. It's going to take a couple bounces towards the Rumson sideline. Brick touches it, and Rumson returns to the offense with 2:51 left to go in the third quarter, leading 13-0.
The last punt bounced Brick's way. That one came back Rumson's way, so the Bulldogs will start the drive inside Green Dragon territory at the 46-yard line.
Rumson looking to build on a 2-score lead here late in the third quarter as they get the play called in.
Middletown North has scored, make it 28-14 against Brick Memorial. Stangs have the lead midway through the third quarter.
Man goes in motion for Rumson. Mulgin gets the carry up the middle. Gets to cross to the 40. A couple more after that. Gain of about 7 on a second down run as we cross the 2:40 mark left to go in the third quarter.
Costanza with the tackle. Long Branch scored to tie Red Bank Catholic at 14, but the Caseys came right back and went down the field and scored, so they're up 21-14, 4 minutes left in the third quarter at Count Basie Field.
2:18 left to go in the third quarter. Cole sends a man in motion. Gives to Mulgin, goes left, gets tripped, and pushes forward for a couple more, so it'll be close to another first down.
That was a real good defensive play by Dylan Almeida to trip up Mulgin before he could get going.
You know, this Brick defense has been on the field an awful lot tonight.
Sure has.
So eventually the size and strength of the Bulldogs up front might just wear down the Dragon front.
We've mentioned the running backs a lot, guys, tonight for Rumson, but the offensive line's doing a lot of work helping.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys get extra yards. 3rd down and 1, a minute 30 left to go in the third. And Crowley gets the first down for Rumson, gets to the 30-yard line of Brick. A first down. Brought down by John Costanza, another player for Brick who's been in on a lot of tackles tonight. Costanza, Richie Talmadge. As we cross the minute mark left to go in the third quarter, Rumson leading 13-0 here on the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week. Coles hands this one to Malgin. Malgin runs left, gains a couple yards on the play before he's brought down. Under a minute left to go in the third quarter.
By the way, Raritan has taken a 14-6 lead on Point Borough with 9 minutes left in that game.
You know, you got to give the Dragon defense a lot of credit here. I think they've
agree.
done a very good job against this run game. I mean, this is what Rumson wants to do. They want to run it down your throats. They have not been doing that tonight.
Malgin gets the carry. Rushes up the middle for a gain of about 4 or 5 on the play.
D'Almeida again in on the stop.
And they may not get another play off. They may let this clock run out. 13-0 Rumson. After 3 quarters of play, we're going to take a 60-second timeout as the Bulldogs looking to rush one in. You're listening to the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
The sub above difference is daily, not shredded last night or baked yesterday afternoon. Good ingredients, prepped fresh every day. Because that's what daily means. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. The sub above difference is the silver lining. Order Jersey Mike's for your game day party and rest assured that even if your team doesn't win, your mouth does. Victory is all yours. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
We are LakewoodToyota.com, your Jersey Shore dealer. We are LakewoodToyota.com, your destination for express maintenance with the right price, right quality, right now. We are LakewoodToyota.com, your #1 Tacoma dealer. With over 500 new, used, and certified vehicles, and service specialists for all your oil and filter changes, brake inspections, tire rotations, and more. We are Toyota World of Lakewood on Route 88. We are LakewoodToyota.com.
Now back to Jersey Mike's Ocean County football
On 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Coles, welcome back to the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week. Colin Coles, quarterback for Rumson, gives this one to Alex Malgin up the middle, rushes through to about the 25. It'll be close to another Rumson first down, and it is, as the Bulldogs driving here up 13-0 as we open up the fourth quarter. Vin Ebenu, Kevin Williams, and Ed Sarluca with you tonight calling the Game of the Week. Colonial Division up for grabs tonight. A Rumson win seals it outright.
Well, this might be a championship drive for the Bulldogs. They can put this one in. They would all but wrap this game up.
Coles gives this one to Malgin. Malgin rushes up the middle, gets to the 10, close to the 5, brought down by a bunch of Green Dragon defenders after a gain of about 6.
Yeah, they could get a first down just outside the 5-yard line, about the 5.5. So it's second and about 4 right here.
You know, Ed, you talked about the Brick defense being on the field so long. I think the Rumson offensive line is starting to take control.
I agree.
Just under 11 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Rumson driving, ball on the Brick 9. Coles in the shotgun. He's got it back to each of his side. And this one's going to go to the left. Malgin carries towards the goal line, put down, tackled at about the 2-yard line by Anthony Prado.
Yeah, put it on about the 3 of Vin. Good call, but it'll be a first and goal from that point.
10:20 left to go in the fourth.
First and goal.
Rumson leading this one 13-0. Touchdown by O'Connor and Lawless on the receptions in the first half for Rumson. Those are the two scores. Rumson missing the PAT on that first touchdown.
This is going to be all Malgin.
And that's who gets the carry up the middle. Spins right, gets tackled. Doesn't gain anything on the play.
Back in.
Yep, Stritch. His feet went out for him first, and then Stritch just kind of finished it up. But probably got a loss on that play maybe.
Oh, yeah. They lost a good 1.5 yards, so it puts it on the 4 right now. 2nd and goal.
9.5 minutes left to go in the fourth. Coles is going to run this one himself and loses a couple more yards.
Boy, terrific defensive play by Dylan Almeida. Coles with the faked handoff and turned around, and I think he thought he'd have wide open turf, and Almeida just read it perfectly and brings him down for a loss.
Yeah, he lost 5. Back to the 9.
With 9 minutes left to go in the fourth, Rumson getting the play call in from the sidelines on a 3rd down. Kev, they don't get it here. Do they go for the field goal?
They're going to use a timeout here, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ed.
And there's a timeout.
We'll keep it right here.
You got to answer your question, Vin. I'll take the lead first. 3 points would make it 16. That still keeps it within 2 scores. Of course, you'd have to make 2 2-point conversions. So I think they go for the touch.
I agree with you. Because if they don't get it, Brick hasn't driven the ball all night.
Right.
They'd have to go 90 yards.
Yeah.
By the way, 5.5 minutes left in that battle for the American Division title. Middletown South and Toms River North still tied at 14. The Eagles have the ball at about their own 40. 5.5 minutes left, and that one could be headed for overtime.
A lot of divisional games on the line tonight across the Shore Conference this weekend. The one we're looking at tonight, Colonial Division, with Rumson leading 13-0, calling a timeout on a 3rd down, looking to push the ball in, go up by 3 scores.
By the way, Point Borough has scored and got the 2-point conversion, so they've tied Raritan at 14 in the fourth quarter. Pinelands leads Jackson Liberty. That one a little bit of a surprise, 20-13, with 8 minutes left in that one. The Wildcats looking for their 2nd win. Shore leads Point Beach 42-0.
Bulldogs offense back on the field on a 3rd down. 2 receivers split to each side.
Look for the big guy, O'Connor.
Coles back to pass. Fires one toward the back of the end zone. And this one falls incomplete. Backside of the end zone looking for Ian O'Connor. And that'll bring up a 4th down for Rumson.
Good call, Ed.
He actually did catch it.
It was a great catch.
He caught it over the head. I'm not sure who
Stritch. It was Stritch, yep.
Okay. But landed out of bounds.
Yep,
So they
back of the end zone.
They are going to try and kick it here. So.
All right.
Coles missing a field goal and a PAT in the first half.
It'll be a 25-yarder here.
Yep.
With 8:37 left to go in the fourth quarter, this would make it 16-0. And Coles' kick tipped at the line, and this one's no good.
I'll give you a point here, guys, and I was gonna say it before, but I didn't want to step on you, Vin, but that ball was only back 6 yards. The ball was on the 9. He kicked it from the 15. So simple math tells you the ball only went back 6 yards. I don't think he's got enough room. You got to put that ball at least 7 yards. Some teams put it 8 yards deep on the kick.
Well,
might make a difference.
Yep. Red Bank Catholic, by the way, has just scored again, so now they've opened up a 28-14 lead on Long Branch.
So the Dragons pick up 10 yards because a missed kick into the end zone like it did goes back out to the 20.
27-14. They missed the extra point.
1st and 10 for Brick. 8:27 left to go in the fourth quarter. Green Dragons trailing 13-0.
Got to hit a big one here.
Prado's going to roll left. Throws this one left. And getting a first down and a little bit more toward the Rumson sideline
Leblow.
was Jimmy Leblow. Brick trying to march down the field.
Good job by Leblo. Good job by Leblo getting out of bounds.
Sure was. Brick still got a breath here.
8:17 left to go in the fourth. Ball on the Brick 31.
You know, a big play does not necessarily have to be a long pass down the field. It may be something where they just get a guy open in space who can make a couple of moves and break a play. Shane Williams has been sort of the big play guy tonight.
3 receivers right for Brick. Prado rolls right, throws right, and at the feet of Jimmy Leblo, and it falls incomplete at the 40-yard line.
Well, big pressure that time from a guy we've called his number quite a bit tonight, and that is the inside linebacker, Keegan Woods, and I think Prado was really forced to throw that earlier than he wanted to.
Bringing it up a second down with just north of 8 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter.
By the way, Middletown South has driven to the Toms River North 20-yard line with just over 2 minutes left. They've got a pretty good kicker in Chris Kaldrovics, the left-footed senior. So they're working their way into field goal range.
He's already won one game this year, the
Yes, he
Manalapan
did.
game
Yep.
in overtime.
3 receivers right for Brick. Prado rolls right, looking right, and fires this one over the middle for Williams, and pulls it down and makes the catch.
Boy, that's Shane Williams.
It's like Williams and the defender there fighting for the ball, but it is a Brick first down, a huge pass to Shane Williams.
No, as I've said a couple times tonight, you just have to put a safety over top to help the corner with Williams.
Plus the corner, by the way, Ed, is not looking at the ball. He has no idea where the ball is. And basically Williams just, makes the adjustment there.
Stops, yeah, he stopped that time.
Exactly.
To come back to the ball. You just have to get some help on him.
7:40 left to go in the fourth quarter. Green Dragons now getting deep within Rumson territory. Prado gets the ball, rolls back in a lot of trouble, feeling the pressure, and he's brought down just outside the 35-yard line. A big loss and a sack of Anthony Prado. Bringing up a 3rd and long for Brick.
Von Factor.
Yeah, you could only go to the well so many times, and they've been sprinting right to that trips formation all night, especially on this last possession here. And that time they sent some pressure and Factor all
By the way,
over Prado.
Prado is limping a little bit, a lot of it coming off timeout. We'll keep it here. Of course, coming up at the end of tonight's game, as we always do, our Jersey Mike's Ocean Trophies Player of the Game, who gets presented with a nice plaque and shirt. Hi there, Brad. We're on
Hello.
camera. And Ed, of course, will interview the player of the game on the field. We'll have to start thinking about that. Certainly a couple of candidates for Rumson. Got a couple in mind. I'm sure Vin and Ed do as well. Of course, the crew of our Jersey Mike's Game of the Week up here in the booth with Brad Burascano and Greg Lerner. Sean Martin on the cameras tonight. Scott Hasdovic back at the studios of 92.7 WOBM. Steve Meyer. What does he do anyway? He throws the T-shirts.
Gets in my way on the sideline.
Throws the T-shirts, gets the best parking spot in the building, and doesn't bring us anything to eat. That's our boy.
By the way, as Brick comes on the field, I got a cute text from my son who's up at Middletown North. It's 35-21 Brick Memorial, and his comment is, not a whole lot of defense being played here.
Yeah.
2nd down and 20 for Brick. 7:04 left to go in the fourth quarter. Brick trailing 13-0. And on a reverse, it's Leblo. And this one falls incomplete. The receiver was Leblo, and that one's incomplete. A 3rd down and 20.
It was a double reverse with Shane Williams.
Yep.
the second guy on the reverse, and then the idea was that Leblow would drift down the right sideline in front of the brick bench. First of all, he's only about 10 yards downfield, and then the pass was incomplete. I don't think he had really much room in front of him. There was a defender not too far from there, but that's what you do during a timeout. You try and come up with something that, might work.
Page 25 of the playbook.
3rd down and 20 for Brick. Ball on the Rumson 35. Just under 7 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter.
This will be a roll left here, Vin. Leblow at the QB.
And Talmadge to his left. Leblow looks to throw. Now he's going to run left. Passes the 40 up to the 35. Gets to about the 30-yard line and plunges forward for a couple more before he gets out of bounds.
Ed, just to let you know, 48 seconds left, and Middletown South is lining up to try a 42-yard field goal.
Oh, that's not an easy one.
That's not a gimme.
Got a strong foot, that little lefty. Got back to the original, just about the original line of scrimmage, but he still needs 13 to pick up a first down and keep this drive going. 6:45 left in this contest.
4th down and a big 4th and 14 here.
Leblow remains at the QB spot. Prado hurting on the sidelines, Kev. You said he limped off.
Can't see it. Well, they're working on his leg. Yep. Might be a cramp.
Leblow rolls right with this one, trying to find a receiver. Fires it, but it falls incomplete. Williams was in the area, and that's a turnover on downs for Brick Township. Rumson takes over with 6:35 left to go in the 4th quarter.
Gordon Forsyth, and also couldn't see who the other player was. Might have been Lanzalato on the pressure. And Rumson will take over. Ed, it's my pet peeve. It's a left-handed quarterback. He's rolling right. He has no ability to do anything once the defense gets there.
Yeah, especially when he's running for his life like he was there.
So Rumson will take over in this tired and battered Brick defense, which is really giving a good account of themselves. Remember, this is a Rumson team averaging 40 points a game coming into tonight.
Given the amount of time left, does Rumson keep it on the ground here?
No, I would think so.
First play they do. Fumble on the handoff to Malchin.
I think Brick's got it.
And
I don't know. I think he got it back.
Oh, do you?
I think he did.
Nope.
No, he didn't.
Brick football.
Good call. Wow. So it's almost like they made the first down.
Couldn't tell who it was.
I couldn't either.
Might have been Engelhardt. I'm not sure. Or it might have been Stritch, 25, right? That's who it was, 25, John Stritch.
Big play for the Brick defense. 6:22 left to go in the 4th quarter. Brick will get the ball back, an injury on the field.
Yeah, Rumson player being attended to.
Maldron. Same cramps.
Alex Malgin, who was on his way to a huge night offensively. 63 yards basically in the 1st quarter, but has been slowed considerably and spent a lot of time on the sidelines with apparently leg cramps.
Yeah, he's up quickly this time.
Brick offense returns to the field in need of a score here halfway through the 4th quarter. Prado back at quarterback. Got a receiver split to each side. Looks left, looks right. This one's going down the field for Leblow, and this one's picked off in the end zone.
Well, there's a mistake. He tried to run it out of the end zone. He got to the 1.5-yard line.
Ryan Ruane on the interception for Rumson.
If he stays in the end zone, they bring it to the 20.
In the meantime, the receiver was double covered, not the least bit open, and pretty fairly easy interception for Rumson.
A huge turnover for Brick.
By the way, Kev, I'm sure you got that text, but Middletown South forego the field goal and went for it and did not make it. So North takes over with 40 seconds left. So that one definitely looks like it's going into overtime.
13-0 Rumson with 6:10 left to go in the fourth quarter. Brick driving, following a turnover by Rumson on the fumble. Then the interception by Ryan Rain just a few seconds ago gives the Bulldogs the ball. But at their own 1-yard line as Rain tried to run the ball back out of the end zone. And now Rumson trying to give themselves some breathing room deep within their own territory. Coles is going to run this one himself up the middle. Gets a few yards. Gives Rumson a little bit of breathing room there on a first down.
Yeah, actually got about 5 yards.
Well, that game's going overtime. We got to school Mr. Barnowski on the rules, don't we?
I can't. I just text. He said, "Oh, game ends in tie."
Ends in a tie,
No,
which gives the conference championship to Middletown South. Don't they wish?
2nd down and 6. This one goes up the middle. And trying to push for a couple more yards is Volker. That'll bring up a 3rd and 4 after a gain of 2 with 5:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Rumson holding on to a 13-0 lead.
Big play here.
Sure, if you hold them here, you make them punt from the end zone. You get good field position. You give yourself another shot.
Chance,
yep,
exactly.
That's all it is.
They've had numerous chances here. The problem is Brick had to use a couple timeouts a couple of series ago, so they only have one left.
Just under 5 minutes left to go now. Coles hands this one up the middle. And getting close to a first down. We'll see where they spot the ball.
way more for a first.
That was Volker with the carry. Talmadge among those in the stop.
And Rumson gets the first down they need to keep possession with 4:40 left to go in the fourth quarter.
And now they will just grind it out.
Yeah, that'll eat at least 2 minutes up. Brick should crowd the line of scrimmage here.
We'll have to start thinking about our Jersey Mike's Ocean Trophies player of the game.
And a whistle flag.
The big guy.
False start on Rumson.
Early, number 77.
That would be Spencer Short. We really should never just mention an offensive lineman when he's committed a penalty. Come on, Ed.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was Flowers for the Giants.
Ugh.
Yeah, I give these guys a lot of trouble.
I think Chad Wheeler's doing a better job than Eric Flowers on that offensive line for the Giants.
Don't tell Mr. Spencer. He's only 6'4", 260.
I'm going to make a beeline to him after the game and tell him.
4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Rumson leading 13-0. And a give up the right side. And a gain of a couple on the play by Crowley.
Crowley another carry.
3:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. Rumson holding on to the ball, up 13-0. Looking to close out a Colonial Division championship here at Brick Township.
Coles has got one job here. Watch the back judge. When he starts counting, you snap it, and he didn't. He snapped it early.
And Volker gets the carry up the middle here. Gains a couple on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and about 9 for Rumson.
Usually you got a coach on the sideline who watches that back judge.
Jake Weatherspool, by the way, made that last tackle.
And he tells him when to snap it.
Ed, all those years, Shore and Point Beach had those great football games.
Not this year.
70-0.
Oh, wow.
Of course, the former Point Beach coach you're standing not too far from, that is John Wagner, who's now an assistant at Rumson.
And a timeout on the field with 2:44 left to go in the fourth quarter. And we're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. 13-0 Rumson over Brick. You're listening to the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
It's Value City's Columbus Day sale. Get up to 50% off furniture and select Sealy mattresses. Then take a bonus 10% off your furniture purchase with 60 months no interest and free delivery. Save up to an extra $300 on your furniture with purchase of select Sealy, Posturepedic, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. In honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, take 25% off home accents with a portion of the proceeds donated toward a cure. Visit ValueCityNJ.com. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Jeep Adventure Days means great deals at the Jeep store in Ocean Township. No money down leasing makes it easy to take on any adventure in an award-winning 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee, the all-new Wrangler Unlimited, or the versatile Jeep Compass. They have the model and color you're looking for, or choose from New Jersey's largest selection of pre-owned Jeeps. There's great deals at Jeep Adventure Days at the Jeep store, Route 35 in Ocean Township, or thejeepstore.com. Get ready for any adventure at the Jeep store, Route 35, Ocean Township.
Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football on the Shore Sports Network.
92.7 WOBM FM, Toms River.
A Town Square media station.
For complete high school football coverage, including scores, highlights, features, and more, visit shoresportsnetwork.com.
Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football, 92.7 WOBM.
Jersey Mike's Game of the Week, a third down run by Crowley brings up a fourth down. And short for Rumson with 2:15 and ticking left in the fourth quarter. Rumson leading 13-0. Holding onto the ball.
Yeah, Crowley needed 10. He got 9.5. So they will use another timeout here. It's 2:01. And then they'll punt it away.
Timeout for Rumson.
We'll keep it right here.
So Brick will have another chance.
Timeout, Bulldogs.
Brick in need of two scores here late in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes left to go. Rumson holding on to the 13-0 lead. 2 touchdowns in the first half. Coles to O'Connor for 6 yards. And then Cole in the first quarter, they made it 6-0. A missed PAT, a couple missed field goals. And then Coles hit Lawless in the second quarter with 1:34 left on a 9-yard run, and that made it 13-0. The PAT was good on that drive.
Let's take a look at the schedules for these teams, guys. After tonight, Rumson next Saturday will travel to a winless Lakewood team. Then the following Friday night, host Red Bank Catholic, and then close at Middletown South. Boy, 2 tough ways to close the season. Brick will have Lacey, Jackson, and Lakewood the next 3 weeks. Certainly that Jackson game should be a good one.
And so there's the snap. There's the punt. Goes up past midfield, takes a bounce at the 46, rolls back to the Brick 30. And that's where their offense will return to the field. Down 13-0 with 1:48 left to go in the fourth quarter. Kev, Ed, what are we going to see, you think, out of Brick here on this drive here? Is it going to be a lot of passes, a lot of runs?
Well, it'll be more of the same.
Yeah, they're going to try and hit a big play or two. Yep.
They'll go to that trips formation, rolling out. Look for some pressure on the corner by the Bulldogs.
There was a pass to Williams back in the first half that ended up getting brought back due to a penalty on a 41-yard strike.
Yeah, what you got to do here is you definitely got to double cover Williams. You got to put the corner on him. He's jamming him, but Williams is running by him, but you got to have help with the safety over top.
And Williams is going to go receiver to the left. Prado will take the snap at quarterback, set up in the shotgun.
And they still single covering him.
Prado looking and falling incomplete.
Second down.
It's bringing up a second down for the Green Dragons. With 1:42 left to go in the fourth quarter. Rumson leading 13-0. A touchdown in the first quarter and another in the second.
Well, Red Bank Catholic has broken it open on a Steve Lubischer 34-yard touchdown run, 34-14 late in the game. over Long Branch.
Prado gets the snap, rolls right, looking to throw, throws, and this one nearly intercepted, nearly caught by McGuigan. It went through the hands of Williams, and it falls incomplete with 1:32 left to go in the fourth quarter. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Green Dragons from their own 30.
Ed Mater Dei Prep has beaten Barnegat 43-0. So they clinch a division title. The Patriot Division, as I know, we know all the names of these.
2 receivers split to each side for Brick. Prado's going to throw this one left. And making the catch before being dragged out of bounds is Shane Williams.
He's going to be short, about half a yard short. 4th down, obviously they'll go for it.
4th and very short for the Green Dragons, down 13-0 with 1:26 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
It is desperation time for the Green Dragons.
By the way, Prado back into the game.
Offense lines up, 2 receivers split to each side.
Williams is being single covered again.
Prado back to pass, looking, throws left. And this one caught for a 1st down.
By Williams.
By Williams around midfield. With the clock continuing to run, a 1st down for Brick.
Well, they elected to go after Prado that time. They sent the house. That's why the single coverage. Williams has had himself quite a night.
Yes, he has. I've been very impressed with him.
And this is a Brick offense working tonight without Cole Groeschel. Injured very early in the game. Prado back to pass. Throws left. Tipped. And falls incomplete. And a late flag after the play. Thrown from the Rumson sideline.
Raritan has defeated Point Borough 21-20.
Wow.
The Borough scored late and went for 2.
It's another personal foul, by the way, on Brick. Welcome to Shore Football, Brian Staub, first-year head coach. Picks up his 3rd loss.
Ed, go look at the text you just got.
Okay. From Barno?
Yeah, read it.
Minute left to go in the fourth quarter. Brick.
Maybe the previous text a half hour ago was correct when they said they didn't make the extra point.
But he didn't tell us that.
No,
He's there.
No, I'm not sure he's watching the game. So.
On a 2nd and 25 from their own 36 after the penalty, Brick lines up 3 receivers to the right. Prado rolls, going to run this one himself.
He's going to get sacked.
Gets sacked around the 35-yard line. Gains a couple on the play, brought down by Henry Sullivan. And that'll bring up, with 40 seconds left to go, big play coming up here.
So what we're told by someone there is that Middletown South beat Toms River North 14-13.
We apologize to
our
listeners.
That apparently there was a missed extra point, but they had trouble seeing it on the scoreboard because one of the lights was out.
18 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Prado back to pass. Throws one down the far side of the field. Falls incomplete. Just outside the 30. And that'll bring up a 4th down with 9 seconds left to go in the ball game.
Our Jersey Mike's Ocean Trophies player of the game is going to be junior quarterback Colin Coles. 2 touchdown passes tonight. Thought he did a good job, especially early when Alex Mulgin went out with the injuries, the cramps, and picked things up and completed some passes. And he gets the pleasure of being interviewed by Ed Sarluca momentarily.
4th and 25, and what looks to be the final play of the game. Brick lines up on offense, 2 receivers split to each side.
I just told him on the sideline, and he was shocked. He says, I'm only a junior. And I said, well, okay. Thank you.
Prado stumbles after getting the snap, and That looks to be the final play of the ball game. 13-0 Rumson-Fair Bulldogs over the Brick Township Green Dragons. The Rumson Bulldogs are the Colonial Division champions. And you've been listening to Jersey Mike's Game of the Week. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the player of the game interview. It's Colin Coles. 13-0 final. We'll be back in just a little bit on the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Welcome to Moe's! Order ahead through the Moe's app October 1st to the 21st and get yourself $3 off any order when you order ahead with promo code OCT3. That's OCT3. That's right, $3 off any Moe's app order. All you have to do is download the Moe's app to get the deal. And remember, all orders come with free chips and salsa. You must have the Moe's app to redeem the offer. So download today. Valid in New Jersey, Nanuet, Staten Island, and Bryant Park, New York City.
We are LakewoodToyota.com, your Jersey Shore dealer. We are LakewoodToyota.com, your destination for express maintenance with the right price, right quality, right now. We are LakewoodToyota.com, your #1 Tacoma dealer. With over 500 new, used, and certified vehicles, and service specialists for all your oil and filter changes, brake inspections, tire rotations, and more. We are Toyota World of Lakewood on Route 88. We are LakewoodToyota.com.
Now back to Jersey Mike's Ocean County football
on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Final score, Rumson beats Brick 13-0 on the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week. We're here at Keller Memorial Field, home of the Brick Green Dragons. Don't forget, football fans, Moe's Southwest Grill caters. They deliver the ultimate Southwest experience right to your tailgate. By the way, the queso's amazing. Plus, every order comes with free chips and salsa. Order today at Moe's.com/catering or visit the Moe's of Toms River in the Coles Shopping Center. Ed Sarluca. Wait a second, Ed. Hold on.
Sorry.
Don't
Go
say
ahead.
thanks yet. I didn't introduce you. Our Jersey Mike's Ocean Trophies player of the game is on the field with Ed Sarluca right now.
Our Ocean Trophies player of the game, Colin Coles. Colin, congratulations, first of all, on winning a championship.
Thank you, sir.
And leading them in the first half there when you had a couple injuries. Your big guy, Alex, was out of the game with some cramps. You had to throw the ball a little bit more than expected, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's a big part of our offense, but we have other assets. So.
Tell us about some of your receivers.
Ian O'Connor, all-short tight end, great target. Andrew Lawless is a strong wide receiver, always there for me. Jackson McCarthy, too. Patrick Jamin, he might be a sophomore, but he knows how to get his job done.
You know, most of those guys came in with 2-3 catches. Almost all of them doubled their production in this one game.
Yeah, I mean, they needed to step up, and they did exactly what they needed to do.
Hey, this is a good defensive football team. I know you don't play defense, but this is a good defensive football team, the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, it's our first shutout, but we've been playing like this all season, and just the first time to get that 0 on the board.
Well, you give up only 8 points a game in what everybody believes the Colonial to be the toughest conference, and you've won it being undefeated. Now on to some non-conference games, and I know you got a big one down the line with RBC, who won tonight, by the way.
Oh, I mean, it's always in the back of our mind, but we just play each week like 100%.
Well, congratulations, Colin, and only a junior. We'll see you a whole nother year.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Congratulations.
Very smooth, like you said. Ed. Probably surprised, and he gave you a lot of coach speak there too. You know, kind of.
I had to hold his jersey because he wanted to go and join the celebration in the end zone. You know, and but he stuck around for the interview. You want to talk to Jerry?
No,
Okay.
we're going to wrap it up. I do want to tell you that Red Bank Catholic did beat Long Branch 41-14. So they scored the final 27 points in that game. It was tied 14-14 at the half. So the Caseys will certainly hang on to that #1 spot. And we expect to feature Red Bank Catholic this Wednesday night on the Gateway Toyota Coaches Corner on our sister station, 105.7 FM, 7 to 8 p.m. Wednesday. We'll be live at River Rock in Brick. And we hope to have Coach Frank Edgerly and a couple of his RBC Casey's. Before Vin wraps it up, our special thanks, first of all, to the coaching staffs of both teams, Jerry Schulte and his guys from Rumson, Len Zadanowitz and his staff from Brick. Special thanks to Brick High School Athletic Director Peter Panuska for hosting us tonight and chatting with Ed at halftime. And, of course, Vin, the crew of our game of the week, the guys who really make it all happen, and that is Brad Burascano, Greg Lerner, Sean Martin, and Scott Hasdovic. And I'll let you put the wraps on this one.
Brick falls to 3-2 with the loss. Rumson-Fairhaven improves to 5-0 on the season and wins the Colonial Division Championship by a final score of 13-0.
Hey, Vin.
Yes, Kev.
Great job, by the way. It's not an easy job filling in for the great Matt Harmon. You did a great job up there on the booth.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you.
Happy for the opportunity to work with you and Kevin tonight and our entire Shore Sports Network crew. Final score tonight from Brick Township High School. It is the Rumson-Fairhaven Bulldogs 13, the Brick Township Green Dragons 0, and the Bulldogs are the Colonial Division champions here in 2018. For Kevin Williams, Ed Sarluca, and our entire Shore Sports Network crew, I'm Vin Ebenu saying so long and good night. Bulldogs win it 13-0 over the Green Dragons. You've been listening to the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week on 92.7 WOBM and ShoreSportsNetwork.com.
Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football on 92.7 WOBM.
Yep, have a good weekend, guys.
You do the same, my friend.
Thanks, man.
Lakewood, your Jersey Shore dealer on the border of Brick and Lakewood.
Participating sponsors were Seaview Orthopedic and Medical Associates, Bum Rogers Crab House, and Moe's Southwest Grill.
Join us again next week for another Ocean County football matchup.
Stay up to date on all the latest football news and more
at ShoreSportsNetwork.com. Jersey Mike's Ocean County Football on the